going on, guys? I'm Degidio, and we are back with another very special episode of the Jaxxon podcast. I'm sitting here with the greatest co-host of all time. So far, he's 1-0 against all the influencers and streamers in the ring. Yesterday, he had an amazing sparring session. He also was twerking all night. That's why his knees are hurt. But he still came in strong and came in happy. Ladies and gentlemen, Rampage Jaxxon!
Yeah!
The Stream King.
Man, fuck all y'all.
The Don Juan of the YouTube. The one and only, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on,
not to be confused with Rick Ross, but they do got a nice beard. And we have a very special guest. We have two of them today. And first of all, there was a pro practice going on next door, and a very important legend came through to kind of see what's going on over here. So I got to give a big round of applause and give him his flowers. Frank Shamrock. Come on, Frankie. And all the way from Tito's Tacos in Florida.
Tito's Cantina.
What's it called?
Tito's Cantina.
Tito's Cantina in Florida. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, Tito Ortiz, the Huntington Beach bad boy.
Yeah, baby.
Wow, he said,
the bad boy. The bad boy.
I made the trip for you, man. Come on.
Come on, man.
It was 2 years almost to date that I came out.
No way.
That was the last time I've been in California.
You were one of our first 5 episodes on the Jaxxon podcast and helped send us to the moon. And we got to give you your flowers. You were the first one to give us respect.
No, always. Of course.
It's unbelievable to see you. And you look younger than ever. I've never seen a guy at your age look like he's 21. I mean, Rampage, take notes of what it's like to age well. This is incredible. What? What's wrong? What's wrong? Well, Frank, you look like a surfer. I saw you this morning. I go, this guy must have been in X Games.
Right in, bro.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, every single girl at the coffee shop was looking at him. They thought he was a model for Abercrombie and Fitch or something. So we might need to put you on Jaxxon. I don't know how you stay in such good shape either.
I just think good.
Oh,
that's my strategy. Eat good, think good, live good.
Rampage just thinks about food and then he eats it, so it don't really work that well. What?
I eat good and I sleep a lot. I sleep like 12 hours a day.
12 hours a day?
Yeah.
Man, I'd like to sleep that much.
Dude, it's so nice.
Yeah,
How you sleep 12 hours a day and you own your own restaurant and shit?
Well, I'm
He's
up
in the back
I'm up from midnight until sleep until midnight until 12 p.m.
Oh yeah, because you don't open up for breakfast or anything.
No, we're up on dinner, and we usually close at midnight. So now that I'm the owner, I'm the 100% owner of it. I actually let my management close it, so it's nice. That and I'm a head wrestling coach at Ida Baker High School, which is in Cape Coral, Florida. I wrestle during the days with the boys and my twin boys that are 16 now. They just starting their junior year, and we got some tough kids, man. It just life comes full circle. That's what I went to college for, is to be a wrestling coach. So, going through my fight career of 25 years now, I could give back to the kids that are up and coming in wrestling, and it's fun. I love it.
You got a lot of good kids in there going to college. They're going to go to college and go to state and stuff like that?
Right now, I have all juniors. I have no seniors.
No seniors.
No seniors. All juniors this year, and I think they'll do well this year. Next year, we'll be a powerhouse team in Lee County.
I heard you had a New Jersey state champ moved down to Florida to wrestle with you.
Yeah. Kid's a stud. He's about 215, weight class 215, 6'2", very technical, strong as hell. So actually, I work with them almost every day.
Some of the kids are UFC fans and stuff like that?
All of them are. All of them want to be UFC fighters.
Wow.
But I push them. I mean, of course, wrestling Division I, that was like one of the biggest things of learning how to push myself so hard when I got into fighting that same type of training kind of correlated together. And now being coach, I'm just teaching them everything that I did to become champion. And hopefully it's working. Not hopefully, it's working.
So if you really think about it, that's great for wrestlers now, because you remember like before, the only thing we had to look forward to was like Olympics or pro wrestling.
That was it.
And it's not everybody can go into those two, but you can get more wrestlers that can go into MMA.
Yeah.
That's the end game.
I think the challenging idea for a lot of wrestlers is going to their back, because that's the number one thing is you don't want to go to your back. That's why I had such a problem again in my career, was going to my back. It took me a good 2 years just to get used to doing that. It was not easy at all, but getting comfortable there, I think when you learn from other people, it makes it being okay to be on your back. But through my whole fights has always been the dominant one on top. I mean, maybe 2-3 times of my whole career I've ever been on my back. I was always one.
I got on top for half a second.
Literally for half a second.
Literally half a second.
That brings up a great point. We got Frank Shamrock and Tito Ortiz in here, and you guys had an interaction at UFC 22.
Yep.
That was an amazing fight.
September 22nd, 1999.
That's like 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
Been a minute.
Yeah, been a minute.
Oh, that's like 30 years ago.
Been a few minutes.
Yeah, a few minutes.
30
We were
years?
young.
30 years?
We were young.
That'd be,
99.
90s?
The 25 years ago. 25.
Yeah, 25 years ago.
25 years ago.
Yeah, why
quarter.
don't be adding,
Quarter
don't be
of a
adding
century.
5
20
years.
27
Yeah, we don't
years.
need an extra
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
I was such a kid here. It's
got
like
enough
so
years.
rad. But talk about someone that made me push myself to the limits. And I was still a kid learning. I mean, Frank was kicking ass in Japan, in Pancrase, kicking ass in UFC. And I think this is his 5th title defense that he defended against me. I thought I was going to whoop his ass. I literally tried to can opener his head with my thumb after I cut him with the knee of the
Tried to
head.
what?
Can opener his head. You get a gash on somebody and you put your thumb in it and you try to make it bigger.
No, Tito, nobody else does this.
Well, I wanted to win.
The Tito Ortiz thing, bro.
Wait, that's a thing you do? Like when someone gets cut in a fight?
Only Tito's did that.
Yeah.
There was no rules back then, so there was nothing that said you
You
couldn't
ever do that?
that.
You ever cut someone open and gash their...
No, this was before the rules came in?
Yeah.
Yeah, technically there wasn't a rule against it.
Oh, okay.
There was there was no fingers in small orifices, but if you created the orifices, that didn't seem to be a problem.
Yeah, because they just started the rules in UFC 20. So they didn't have all the rules about 22.
Yeah, I think this when they first started no shoes and mandatory gloves,
Oh, yeah.
which was great because Frank was really good at heel hooks, and I knew that for a fact. So I made sure that all through my whole training camp, that I never wore shoes ever because I was dominant. I mean, that's how I beat other guys, was making sure that I had shoes on. But in this fight, I made sure that I didn't have shoes on because I knew he rolled for heel hooks, knee bars. I mean, I watched him in Pancrase so much. I mean, I studied everything on Frank.
Were you guys friends before the fight?
Acquaintance.
Is it?
I thought we were friends, but apparently time has aged our friendship. No.
No, it's gotten better now, brother. Come on, it's gotten better. It's gotten better.
Of you getting an autograph or you meeting
Yep.
him?
So we were in LA. It was some small event, and he was doing an autograph signing
King of the
there.
Cage or something, I think.
I think so. I was in LA. I remember being in LA, and I had a T-shirt, a Frank Shamrock shirt of him holding his world title, and I waited in line, and I got an autograph for him to autograph it, not thinking that it was on my own despise that I was going to lose the fight. But after I lost the fight, I put the T-shirt on and gave him credit because he was the best, man. He'd been doing it a lot longer than I did at that time. I think it was my 4th fight of my career. I was in a competition for maybe 2 years, and he's fought all in Japan. I mean, had Lions Den, all those guys, but he understood the idea of having your heart rate having a heart rate monitor to control your heart rate, to push yourself to a maximum. And this is how he described it to me, because after I lost to him, when you can't beat him, you join him. So I went up to, San Jose?
Yeah,
Up San Jose. And he had a heart rate monitor. I'm like, what the hell is that? He goes, heart rate monitor. He goes, see how fast I can get my heart rate down. He goes, we got a minute to recover. And how fast can I get my heart rate down in that minute? Most guys, they last the whole minute to get there. In 30 seconds, I get it down. So when I get all the way down and then the next round starts, these guys are at half. I'm at empty. Now I just fill it back up and push them through. So next round, all of a sudden I get half. They're at full. I go all the way through like that. So once again, there was just an idea of this, the psychological side of it that I learned from him that helped me to beat Vanderlei Silva in a 5-round fight and became middleweight world title champion.
You were competing in ADCC when UFC called you?
Yep. No, actually, Joe Silva was at ADCC, and he pulled me aside. He goes, Tito, would you fight Vanderlei Silva for the vacant world title? And at the time, I kind of thought about it like, oh, shit, I know who Vanderlei is. I watched him knock out a few guys unconscious who were Olympic wrestlers. I was like, I have nothing to lose. Yeah, let's do it. And I pulled out. I was supposed to go for 3rd, 4th in Abu Dhabi. Absolute Championship, and I ended up pulling out and taking 4th. But I was like, all right, I need to work on my cardio. And that's when I reached out to Frank. I was like, hey, Frank, can I come up for a month and come train with you? He's like, oh, you want to come work with me? I was like, yeah, please. And I learned a lot. It was a great learning experience because I learned so much that it just put me to a different level completely.
Frank, you were down to just bring him in after you guys just fought?
Yeah. Well, we were friends. We had a mutual friend, Wayne, and he kind of stayed between us and kind of kept the peace and, kept our friendship also sort of active because we were going to fight each other. And so when it was over, I really respected what Tito had done, how he presented himself, how he fought. I mean, I was kind of mad that he dug his fingers in my head, but I mean, Alan Goes fish hooked my eyeball,
My sensei?
Alan Goes fish hooked my eyeball.
Blue belt.
Yeah, I broke his leg for it.
Was he a dirty fighter?
He literally came from the streets of Brazil and was a street fighter.
Yeah,
so he was like gangster, and I didn't know because we were all like sports Pancrase dudes. I didn't know we were going into this situation until we started fighting, and it got gangster quick. The fish hooked my eyeball, but anyways, you know, I had so much respect for you, but both that you stood in that line because I would have never stood in that line. And that you thought you would beat me after standing in that line. I was like, okay, that's nuts right there. That man's got real heart and nuts. And like, I respect that more than anything. So that carried me through. And then afterwards, I never had any animosity towards Tito. I just wanted to beat him. Like I literally just wanted to beat him. And then that was, and then what most people don't know is I had an addendum in my contract that should I ever publicly retire and announce my championship that I was out and I was a free agent. So I knew I was going to beat Tito. I knew I was going to be a free agent. And I knew if I could show this young man the secret knowledge that I had, he would kick everybody's ass for a long time. And then give me some credit, which he did.
Which he did.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of manhood to sit there and then give props to the people that helped pave the way.
Well, it's honesty. And you know, at the end of the day, you got to look in the mirror and you got to be respectful and have integrity for yourself. And that's something that I carry through my whole career. If I have integrity for myself, yes, I've pissed off a lot of people, but at the same time, I've always been honest. I've always told the truth, and I always made sure that, you know, I look in the mirror and I have integrity for myself. And the guys who helped me get to that point, and there's other guys who helped me get to that point also that are on the opposite side that I have zero respect for. But at the same time, it's just, you know, I've really been fortunate to learn from a lot of great people, and Frank was one of them. Like I said, I took a whole month out of my time. I went up, and I remember my ex-wife at the time, she was like, Tito, when you coming back home? I'm like, I'm not done yet. I still got more things to learn. And it was cool because I learned a lot from them.
It was true. It's true MMA legendary pioneers right here. People that paved the way. You know, you created one of the greatest rivalries in the history of the UFC. And with that kind of birthed the UFC to what it is, this mainstream form. Frank, you were super tied to the Fertittas and Dana. You were also the first UFC middleweight champion, Strikeforce middleweight champion, and WEC middleweight champion. What was your first impression when you met him, when he came to come train with you?
Well, I kind of knew him. Like we partied and hung out and socialized, and I think I made a couple of trips down here. And, you know, like partied up, and so I knew him as a person. Like I knew he was a good guy.
Got it.
You know, like I didn't feel. You know, I've been to prison, bro. I know good people. I know bad people. Like I know energies, and I was like, oh, he's a good guy. And then we lined up fighting, and it's like, wow, you know, dang, I got to fight this good guy. But like I said, all those things which he probably didn't, you know, recognize. Standing in line, I would have never stood in line. I'd have just never done that. And even, you know, only because I couldn't do that. But he did.
What about the weight
And I
class?
respected that more than anything you ever know. That's why I said, bro, you don't have to stand in line. Like, just come to the front. I mean, what are you doing? And he's like, no, bro, I want to do this right. I signed it, and he walked away.
But you guys had already known each other before that when he stood in line?
To a certain extent,
Yeah.
yes. Not like hugely. I was a fan because I watched all his fights.
Well, you had just met him once or twice before, but you didn't know him.
Couple times, but I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
him
I
close.
get it.
No,
Yeah.
It's still cool. It's still
But I mean
respect.
that everything, even to this day, like I go to a football game or whatever, I wait in line and go to the bathroom. That's me. I'm not no different than anybody else.
Yeah.
I just have worked hard through my life. I'm very fortunate to be where I am. God has blessed me with some skills and hard work, and I just want to treat everybody the way I would want to be treated. That's important to me.
I love that about you, and I've always been good friends with you. I mean, you watched me roll a little bit when I was trying to get my blue belt. By the way, he was.
I just watched some
He's a monster.
some recent stuff. You actually look pretty smooth going.
Are you
No,
don't do
Oh, he's going to blow this up now.
No,
Come on, man.
Bear, come on.
the man
it
right
actually
there.
wasn't that bad.
No, please, Tito. No, you don't know. You must have
Thank
been
you,
watching
Tito
that.
Ortiz.
No, I
Thank you.
watched it.
No.
Last night I just watched it. I just watched it last night.
No, Tito.
It's going to be clipped all over the internet.
No.
I got to tell you something. I'm not even going to break this chair right
Thank
now,
you,
but
thank
Tito, that means the world. To have the man to tell me I'm looking good.
No. You've matured.
But he used to do nothing at all. Like he'd be like, you'd be fat, little. I mean, you have literally changed your whole body completely, and I'm proud of you.
You're the man.
Mad respect.
Hey, how did you guys pick a weight class to fight at? Because you're like 170, you're like 280.
He was actually 197, I think.
What?
for the
No,
fight.
I weighed in with remember I had my pants on.
Yeah.
And I had a book in my pocket and
It was
and
199.
a couple roll of quarters. And I think I got to 197, maybe 198. You're
Yeah,
right.
198.
Yeah, because you were sucking hard. You were.
I was from 217 down to
you were
199.
dying, bro.
I was literally dying. I remember I was in Lake Charles, Louisiana, and I remember running by this strip club, and going, fuck, I got to kick his ass so we can go party thereafter. And I remember running back and I could barely make it. I had to stop and lay down on the floor. Like I literally had my plastic sauna suit on and I was just like sucked up, dying. And I remember making the weight going, holy fucking shit, I made the weight. All right, cool.
Third time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember what I was doing while you were cutting that weight?
Yeah, you were eating.
I was sitting outside of the hot tub or the sauna while he's in there dying, eating a chicken salad.
God, that's deep.
And I just look at every once in a while, he'd just be dying. I'd be like,
Mind games.
But maybe, yeah, see, I didn't even remember that. So actually, it wasn't that bad of a mind game. The mind game was the challenging myself to make the weight. And once I made the weight, I was like, okay, I made the fucking weight. I got up to like 216 for the fight.
yeah,
You look way bigger than him when I was fighting.
You look huge.
Yeah.
I just lacked the technique. I lacked just the knowledge that I learned later on.
If
in
you
my
had the
career.
skill you had, a year later, you'd have kicked my ass.
Yeah,
I was too small.
How long have you been fighting by the time you and Tito met in the cage?
It's been a while. 99. I started in 94.
Oh, wow.
So I had a good run ahead of me in the
He was in
Pancrase style.
Pancrase. He was kicking
So I had a
people's
lot
ass
of grappling skills,
Yeah.
and I was just getting into the kind of striking.
You're fighting like boss root and shit.
Yeah, I had a lot of experience in the, in Japan and in the grappling game. But the striking was fairly new, and so with him, like I had to really bring the striking up because of his size. Like, I couldn't wrestle with him; he's too big.
I wanted to ask you about the Pancrase. How did you like it? Because you guys had to wear like shin, the shin guards, the shoes and stuff. You had to wear like the tighty whitey.
70s vibe going on. It was kind of cool. I mean, I didn't mind it. It was over there. It's a very different sports presentation. Your outfit is part of it. Your whole thing is part of it. And for us, like we needed the knee pads, we needed the shin pads because you're going to fight, your friend in 7 weeks. And if you go out and catch a shin bone or an elbow or whatever, you're not going to perform well. And so it was half aesthetics and then half protection because you'd really get banged up. You can't fight every 6 weeks. Like, bro, we'd be like, this is horrible. And we would go open hands. Like, we had pads and stuff.
Yeah. How was it like if you got put in a submission, you could grab the rope?
Grab the rope.
Yeah.
That's
love
crazy.
that.
You love that?
Love that. Yeah.
They just gotta get to the ropes.
Because it's a game. So this is how sick the Japanese are. They turn fighting into a game to make it longer and more story levels to it. And so, I'd fight Japanese guys that were better than me, but not stronger, whatever. And they knew how to work the game. They'd let me spend all my energy on arm bar or shoulder lock, and then they'd be like, tink. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, gamemanship.
So once you grab the rope, do you have to stand up?
You lose it. One person loses the point. This man loses the point.
Oh, he loses the
and
point.
you get 3 to 5 points depending on the length of the match.
I never know
So
that.
it's like a crazy game. So you
I
can get me
I-
in 5 chokes and I can just keep grabbing it. If you expend all your energy before I tap,
But you're losing points though.
you're losing points. But if I win, if I can find a way to win, if I can knock you out, submit you. So there's a game and a game. There's 2 games going on. That's why.
I didn't know it was losing points for that. I thought they just stood you up and it was like,
You
that's
lose a
why-
point.
Now
Yeah.
it makes more sense.
Yeah.
I always thought it was kind of weird.
Yeah. So it turns into weird. It's like a real sick game, but it's fun when you get into it because I'd let guys pull on my leg. I'd let the Australian guys just pull on it for 10 minutes.
Did you
I'd be
know-
like, dink.
Did you know Pancrase is still around?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just but full on MMA
Full
in the
MMA,
cage.
yeah.
It's not
Full
like
MMA,
that.
yeah.
Now that I know that, they should bring that back for the Japanese. What do you think?
Well, I loved the sport because it was very much a sport. Very much rules clear, like rope escape, like just super simple, easy entertainment, fun. Buff guys in Superman underwear kicking each other with tights on, like. It was great entertainment, and the problem is when the UFC really got big, when Pride got big, when all these other combat sports got big, it got smaller because it was it was the beginning of all this knowledge. And they were like,
Became
we
just
want
like
we
a
need
sparring
more.
match instead of
Yeah,
a
it's like
fight.
now we need more. We need this. And we need
They
that.
didn't want to
And
open.
so-
okay.
Yeah, so it kind of died out in popularity, I would say.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
as MMA grew, that they just kind of merged over.
When did your division come? When did the lightweight? When did the 205 division come?
was it?
It was
Tito.
me. I was the first light heavyweight champion. I fought, Elvis Sinisek at Continental Arena in New Jersey for the light heavyweight title. So
But they
remember
made
that-
the
I remember
division
that fight.
for
so
you.
they made division for me because they said they wanted to do more weight classes. What would be the perfect weight class? And I go, you make it 205. Because like I said, I was walking around 217. I go to 205, I can make it weight easy. Not come to realize later on after I defended my world title 4 other times that when I fought Randy Couture, he was cutting from 228 down to 205.
And you're like, oh shit.
It was like an oak table on me and I couldn't get him off me. It was like, I was like, how how much did you weigh for the fight? He goes, about 228. I go, how did you get your weight up so? Because back then, all I did was drink Pedialyte to get my weight back on. He goes, no, we do IVs, how we used to do in the Marines. I was like,
Oh, he the one that started the IVs?
He's the one that started IVs.
Wow. So
After
Randy
that-
Couture, after a fight, he would weigh in, and to gain that 20, 30 pounds back, he would just take an IV drip.
IV, yep.
And there's that much liquid in an IV that it blows you up that
4
fast?
bags. Do 4 bags. Yep, because I'd be 226 and I go down to 205 and I'd be right about 226 or 4 hours.
Have you ever done the IV?
Yeah, I used to do it all my fights, all of them.
Man, I never got.
I never did it.
I never did it because I was
Yeah,
like,
Banana bag, I'd do a banana bag.
Wow.
I'd do 2 banana bags and 2 saline bags, and it was the best.
Did you cut weight?
yeah.
cut weight?
I cut weight, and the older I got, the more weight I had to cut.
Yeah. I never cut weight.
You never had to cut weight in fight.
No, because I'm 185 pounds.
Yeah.
So when I fought him, I was 191 pounds.
Oh, you always walked around at 185?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Then after the fight with Tito, did you go up to 205? The fight,
No.
weight
Well, he went
class?
down to 85s.
Because I weigh 190 pounds. That's what I weigh.
And then training camp, you
Yeah,
just lose
so
the weight.
I've never cut any. I think with Henzo, I gained a little bit of weight because I was drinking beer because I was being a television producer at the time and a league owner. And so I think that's the only time like I went on the scale and I go, oh no, I'm not going to make the weight. I had to go in like cut 2 pounds. But I never cut weight.
Is this when you were
before that.
running Strikeforce?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I had too many jobs and I wasn't focused on the weight. And so all of a sudden I go to weigh in, I'm 2 pounds heavy. Like, oh shit, this is a weight cut.
Dude, but you wrestled in high school though, right?
No, I never wrestled.
I thought you all this all this time I thought you was a
Never
I
wrestler.
didn't wrestle nobody. Yeah,
wrestled.
no. I got my street cred from beating Kevin Jaxxon. That's how. And then every wrestler in the world's like, man, you know how to wrestle. And I was like, not really, but.
Bro, I seen you
Yeah.
pick somebody up and slam them and knock them out. The same way you got the same type of
Zenobia.
So here's what happened. I armbar arguably the best wrestler on the planet, and then I take down and slam the other best fighter in extreme fighting. And so the summation of that is Frank must be an amazing wrestler because he just beat this guy and that guy with wrestling.
Until we fought, then I ragdoll him.
Yeah,
His wrestling's
I was like, no,
horrible.
I don't know how to wrestle. It's terrible.
But he taught me how to wall walk, which was fucking
Yeah,
great.
that was probably a mistake. I probably shouldn't have showed you that.
Was this the one this one you taught us how to get up like that?
Yep.
All right, that's what you learned from him? Yeah, Tito taught us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they helped me win. They helped me win some fights.
Yeah,
Wait,
bro.
what-
I see
what was
you
Tito
walking
teaching
it.
you? What was Tito
Yeah.
teaching you?
Yeah, it came from
wall
you.
walk.
Remember we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, well, you went to
Well,
Stanford, right?
Yeah.
To learn?
Yeah.
Where'd you learn it at?
At Stanford.
Yeah, okay.
I had my wrestling coach, and then
And
he went up there. Yeah.
that's
Bro,
when-
that's crazy where moves come from. I learned this from Tito.
Yeah.
I learned that from him.
That's crazy.
How
important
was this move to you?
It was very important because except for me, I had to fight in a cage. I'm in a ring,
Yeah.
so I had to get to the turnbuckle
Yeah.
and do it.
Turnbuckle,
but
come
it gets you off your back.
During
Really.
Pride?
Yeah, I did it in Pride. I learned from training with Tito.
Walked
Really?
right up, elbowed up.
What was it that you were teaching that was so impactful, so different?
It's so instead of laying in the guard trying to work submissions, is getting back on your feet and being dominant in your striking position. That are looking for the takedown also, but it's using elbows and keeping your hands in clean and using the pressure of gravity to push your body up the wall. So you're really pressing your shoulders up the side of the wall and or up the side of the fence.
Yeah,
Good
because you
leverage.
can't grab it. Because
Yeah.
you can't grab
You can't
it,
grab
but
it.
you can use your body to get up and stuff
So
like
you're
that.
using
You were able to
gravity.
do it against the turn.
I did it against the turn
in the corner
Yeah,
turnbuckles.
yeah, we got to. I
Crazy.
couldn't do it in a rope, so when I did it, I had to go. I trained it in the cage, but because we didn't have a ring to train in,
Yeah.
but when I got to the fight, I just did it in the corner. I got to make sure I got
Grab
in
an
the corner.
elbow, pull it to your side, and go
Yeah.
elbow.
Yeah. There we go.
Because I had to fight a lot of good black belts over there in Japan.
That's how Chuck Liddell. That's how you got the wall walk from. Because we would train that in Vegas. That's exactly what we would do.
It's amazing. The history at this table is legendary. I got to ask you, so we could jump into this. We've seen a lot of controversy on the internet about who the original Huntington Beach bad boy was, but I think you made the name probably the most famous the world has ever seen when it comes to a mixed martial arts
So
name.
here's so people don't mistake. There was the Huntington Beach bad boy, then there was the UFC bad boy. Tank Abbott was the UFC bad boy. I was the Huntington Beach bad boy. That's the difference. I mean, at his age, I don't hope to be calling a boy. I mean, I like say after I got age of 40, I was like, all right, cool. Now I'm the people's champ. I'm not the boy anymore. I don't want to feel like a boy because I'm not a boy anymore.
Hey, well, I'm not gonna start no shit because I fuck with you and Tank Abbott, but I'm closer to you. I'll just respect the OGs, you know what I'm saying, like that. But he was talking cash money shit about you, and he was laughing. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't no snitch, Tito. You know me, I ain't no snitch.
I ain't no snitch, but he was the one
Bro,
doing
I
it
was
the whole
saying
time.
that out of respect to my brother. I was just like, I was sitting over here making faces and shit.
Poor
Bro,
Rampage.
He spent like 40 minutes just bad mouth. And he wouldn't change the subject. I'm like, bro, change the fucking subject.
Poor Rampage was like, I don't want to hear this.
See, I think this is just in human nature when people dislike somebody so much and they have so much hatred towards somebody, they'll put up lies and just facades that aren't true. And about 95% of that stuff that I watched and I heard was far from being true at all.
Did you steal the money out of his glove
I
compartment?
never I don't steal money. I'm not a thief. I don't steal money.
There you go.
Yeah, and here's a
Why
story.
you even asking him some shit like
Wait.
that?
He needs to get it off his chest. He saw it all over the internet.
No, I said another thing too that he's saying that I stole money from him. No, that's bullshit. The reason our relationship was dissolved completely, I got in a fight downtown HB. 3 skinheads jumped one of my buddies. I went to the house and I beat down the 3 skinheads. I stomped one of their faces in. I went to jail for assault with severe bodily harm. And I remember going to jail. I got out of jail and I had to have an attorney, and it cost $1,500. And I was Tank's training partner for that whole time. Like I did it for free. I'd go all this training, everything. I never asked him for anything. We got partying, never asked anything from him ever. And I, hey, think you give me $1,500 so I can get an attorney so I can make sure that I don't go to fucking prison. He's like, oh, all right, let's see what I can do. Next day, I go, hey, Tank, can you give me that $1,500? He goes, I ain't your fucking dad. Go fuck yourself. I was like, really? Bro, I fucking help you with all your fucking camps. You can't just help me for this. I'll give you the money as soon as I fucking get done fighting. I'm fighting soon. I'll give you the money back. I just need it. And he goes, I ain't fucking helping you. All right, cool. You just lost one of your best training partners. Peace out. Never talked to him again. And I heard something him saying on there. He went to Bakersfield to go fucking work out with Stephen Neal. Facade. Never fucking. I call Stephen right now. Fucking.
We believe you. What happened?
Stop instigating, bro.
No, I'm not. He's
never
giving us the story.
never
You
fucking
brought
happened.
this up.
I didn't bring it up. I didn't bring it
Cash
up.
money. Oh, you talking cash money.
You brought it up.
But once again, I Tank has been through some serious shit physically, health-wise.
Yeah.
He drank a lot. I know a lot of people's minds change the way as they get older and older. His Alzheimer's kicked in. But you know what? At the end of the day, I don't have to hate on the guy. He's done his great things. He gave me an opportunity to fight in UFC. UFC 13, May 30th, 1997. He got me that opportunity, and I was thankful for it. I busted my ass, and I've worked hard through my 25-year career. But for him not ever to hold a world championship title, I think he hates me because of that, because he never wanted to work hard. I remember all the times we'd be running on the track and doing all the extra work. He'd be like, oh, I'm going to go back to my house. I was like, dude, let's do the fucking work, man. Champions do work. And I'm thankful, actually, I got away from him because the mentality was gone of that mentality of just expecting to be in a bar brawl. You're going to win the fights by doing that way. And going to train with someone like Frank, or having that mental of being a world champion. That's what set me apart from everybody else, because that was my mentality. I stopped partying because before I fought Frank, a month before I fought Frank, I smoked weed, and I should have smoked weed. And that was my problem. I should have never did that before. And I never did prior to that, but I got too confident. Then I went to go train with Frank, and he goes, no, this is our job. This is what we do. And I took it serious from that out on. I never drank. I never smoked weed. I just 4 months training camp. That's all I did. Eat, sleep, and train. Watch video. And that's the other thing he showed me. He goes, watch video. Watch the guys over and over again. So it's like, if you're going to learn from somebody, you learn from the best that do it. And that's what I did. And like I say, Tank, I don't want to talk about him anymore. He's behind us. You know, he's like, what, 90 years old now?
He looks 90, bro.
He's been through a lot.
He almost died.
His mind, yep, had a kidney transplant.
Kidney transplant?
He had a kidney transplant.
Oh, man.
Yep. And I remember I
He's
used
way
to
out
tell him,
there.
man, you got to stop.
Bro.
He's Stoli on the rocks. That's all he drank. And I was like, dude, you can't drink and fucking fight. You can't do that. He goes, oh, you can do what the fuck I want. All right. It is what it is. And like I say,
Frank, I mean, Tank remind me of like one of those bikers, or Harley. You know what you call those? The Hell's Angels.
Hell's Angels,
He looked like, but he wasn't a biker though, huh?
no.
He just looked like one though.
He's got
You know what? He's actually a really cool guy. The problem is he's a bully. He's that high school bully that if you push him around, he's going to push back, and he's going to look for the biggest guy in the group, and he's going to pick on that big guy because he's going to try to be a bully. But if you're cool with him, he's cool. He's actually a really cool guy.
Was he a good wrestler though?
He's decent, yeah, he was decent. When I was in college, and I remember he came to Golden West Junior College, and I was a state champion at the time. And Paul Herrera, I think it was UFC 6, after he fought, he's like, Paul's like, you want to come train with Tank Abbott? I go, he's not going to punch me, right? And he goes, no, he's got to wrestle with him. I go, cool. And I used to take him out with low singles, take him out with doubles, take him high crotch, and he would hate it. And I remember he fought was it Dan Severin, And I would ride the shit out of him, wrist lock, and just ride him out. And I go, fuck, he ain't getting away from me. You ain't getting away from Dan. And Dan actually ended up beating him by decision. He couldn't get away from him. And that was one of the fights that he did. But like I say, Tank had his mark in UFC. He did some great things during his time. I mean, he had some of the most wicked knockouts. But it's just, if he would have took his fight game and his fight IQ to a different level, I think he would have been a lot more dangerous. I think he was just afraid to do it. I mean,
well, you know, when you really think about it, we need all these different type of personalities in fighting. I was with Mark Coleman, and he was telling me that him and Kevin Randeman, they was taking fights last minute, and Pride wasn't even training. But then they was like, Mark Coleman said he was an alcoholic. I didn't even notice. I was fighting in Pride with him. I didn't even notice. But he was telling me a lot of those fights, like say when Coleman fought Crow Cop knew about the fight 3 months, and he knew he was fighting Coleman, and they told Coleman like 2 weeks, and I believed them because they did that to me a couple of times. You remember when I had to go to Big Bear and fight Igor Vovchanchyn? The Igor was training for me the whole time, and they gave me 2 weeks. I had to train with Saul.
Smashed him though.
Yeah,
you still smashed him.
Pride. That's the type of shit that Pride did. But then they did it to me 2 times. And guess what I did? I'm back in the gym. Right. I take a week off. I'm back in the gym. He said, "No, we never did that. We just fuck it." And he wouldn't even train. And so when I started training with Tito taught me how to do a training camp. And he taught me how to take my training to the next level. At that time, Tito was the hardest working MMA fighter I ever seen. And then I learned a lot from him. And that took my style. It took me.
What you just got to kind of think about is like, what are you willing to risk and to lose that feeling? And to me, losing was like a loved one dying. Like when I lost to Frank, I thought, this is fucking, I don't ever want to feel this again. Then when I lost to Couture, I thought my fucking life was over. But have that mentality in your mind going, how am I going to reset myself to come back and go against everybody who thinks I'm not going to win and win your next fight? And that's work as hard as you possibly can. You got 3 choices: pass out, throw up, or die. I used to throw up all the motherfucking time. You know that.
I remember that, yeah.
But once you get in such great shape, you don't have to worry about passing out, and you ain't worry about dying because your cardio is going to be through the roof.
I got to ask you a question. I always thought you threw up because you smoked weed.
No.
It wasn't the weed?
No. It was from drinking.
Oh, okay.
When Rob McCullough calls you like, "What's up, pussy? Let's go drink," and it's like 11 in the morning, like, fuck, let's go downtown HB and go drink. Because after a fight, I mean, I take a month and I would go party. I'd go drink and fucking we drink out every single day. But then all of a sudden, when I knew I had a fight, I would stop.
Hey, do you miss those Saturday sprints with Coach Oyama?
Yeah.
You missed that? You miss those days?
I miss those days.
I
remember doing a 5:03 mile after I beat Evan Tanner. I beat Evan Tanner in 30 seconds. And I remember I did a 5:03 mile and I was like, I'm fucking invincible. Those are the type of things you got to think about.
It's a fast mile.
Yeah,
that's 5:03. Those are big league times.
No, those Saturday morning trainings make you or break you. It made me want to quit fighting plenty of times.
So that's in the fight, the idea that you want to quit or not. And there's many times through fights where I was like, either you quit or you don't. I remember when Vitor Belfort broke my nose and he was on top blasting me. And I was like, fucking, I'm not quitting this shit. I'm in this one. I had no choice because once again, that was the last fight of my contract with the UFC. And I didn't re-sign because they wanted to give me less amount. I said, nope, I'm going to win this fight and I'm going to make sure that I win. And after I beat him, I remember running up to the top and hear Joe Rogan say, well, Tito must like see some hot chick up there. That's why he's running up to the top. I go, no, in my mind, I did a visualization of after I won this fight, I'm going to run to the top of the arena and I'm going to fuck wave my flag saying, I won, motherfuckers. That's what was set in my mind. So this is visualization. This is manifesting in your mind of the little small things, of doing that over and over and over again. And put yourself, because I remember when Frank told me, we were at one of the UFCs in New Jersey, and I think we were doing jiu-jitsu, just rolling around. And he goes, Tito, just think and imagine everybody in this arena right now screaming and chanting, and how to visualize that. And that was the feeling. So you're preparing your body for a situation that you've never experienced ever before. So when you're in that situation, it's nothing new. It's like, I've already been here before. This is common. This is new. And little small things like that, and you probably never known that, but little small things like that, I always take little parts of coaching. And that's things that I always want to make sure that I add on to my arsenal of what I've done.
So you guys believe in how you say it?
Manifestation.
Manifestation. But
masturbation.
Masturbation.
You masturbate.
Masturbation?
Masturbation.
Manifestation. I got nigger lips. I be tripping over my lips sometimes. Manifestation. But do you guys just stop it at sports? You know, or do you guys manifest other things?
Everything.
Anything
in life. 100%.
Business, life. You should use it at all times just to keep your mind positive, because you start letting in negative thoughts. That's the best way to block it, right?
Yeah.
You just put up these fake worlds. But I have a question for all three of you guys. You guys are all champions. You guys have all held a belt, and you guys have all been iconic in your careers. Do you guys believe that you're not a champion until you defend it? I've been hearing about this all over the internet and the whole internet, and I'll let you guys each go. I'll start with you, Rampage.
No, I really don't believe that. I believe if you get that strap, you get that belt, then you know what I'm saying, you champion.
Okay. Tito, you had a 3-year run where you were undefeated.
I believe the first title you win, yes, you have to defend it, but that first defense is the hardest defense ever.
I agree with that.
That is the hardest feeling, because you don't want to lose it, and you go out there thinking, I have to win. And that was the mentality I had, is I never went out thinking I'm going to lose. I'm going out there thinking, I have to win. I have to win. I'm willing to do anything I possibly can, even fucking digging my thumb through his fucking head. It didn't matter.
Can't believe he did it.
Yeah.
What about you, Frank? You're a champion right when you get the belt or when you defend it?
I think it's when you get the belt, but
Nice.
I think Tito's got a very valid point. And one of my coaches gave me some really good advice. You know, my goal was I was going to become a champion. I'm going to become a world champion. And then he's like, that's amazing. But just so you know, as soon as you become a world champion, the real work begins. Because then everybody is on you. You're the guy. Yep. You're the one everyone's up late training for. You're the one everyone's studying. You're the video. You're the guy. And he's like, so that's the journey. And I go, I'm down. But it was a whole acceptance thing, because like I just wanted to be a champion. I didn't know what was after that.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose the world championship. It was like midnight, and I'm like, all right, someone else's work right now. I go on a 3-mile run just because. Or I'd go to the gym and go do high endurance weight training just because. I mean, I remember when I had to fight in Japan because I had to defend my world title against Yuki Kondo, and I was training. I'd get done at 4 a.m. I would be at 24-hour fitness downtown HB, and I could do my weight workouts at like 4 a.m. I'd go home and I'd sleep.
You wanted an empty gym?
No, because the hour change, the time. So that was another thing too that I kept in mind as I would watch, and I think Frank led me on to that a little bit, was I would train during the times my fight were. So I would fight
always say that as well.
What? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I learned from him.
Fight at 8:30, 9 o'clock. You're in the main event, 9:30, 10. My main training was at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. That was my main training. I wouldn't wake up until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I would sleep as much as possible. The early morning training, I want my body to be tired. I want mine to be sleep. And I found out, I mean, this whole biohacking thing that I've been doing over the last 2 years now, this stuff is some game-changing shit right
That's
now.
why he looks so young. I knew it.
Yeah, he's
I
on
knew
something.
it.
Yeah, you on peptides.
No,
I
knew it. I knew you were doing some shit.
Yeah, no, I did stem cells. I got stem cells done.
But what's the other biohacking you do? I don't want to cut you off. We'll talk about that later.
Yep,
Finish what you're saying.
that was at BTC 159.
BPC?
Yep.
The peptide?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you look crazy.
He said BTC, not BBC, nigga.
No.
What?
Yep.
Huh? He said BTC.
No, BPC.
157.
157?
157, correct. Yep.
Are you talking about the peptide? No, don't be laughing and smiling at Frank. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Frank, would you be taking peptides too?
No, I've never tried the peptides.
You
I
do.
do.
Last time he was here, he was huge.
Yeah.
He looked like Rampage when Rampage was like, I mean,
I never seen Tito out of shape.
everything.
I never seen him out of shape.
No, he was a bigger dude.
I wrestle now, and I weight train. I have no more pains in my neck anymore. Like I said, I had 4 neck
The
surgeries.
BTC, that's the Wolverine, the Wolverine pet. I need that, bro. I need that.
Yeah, it makes you healed
Healed
at a
fast.
high level, like the recovery.
There's other things too, because I work through this
Your
company.
tendons, your joints.
You never heard of
Full recovery wonder drug.
People rave about it.
Seriously.
Yeah, peptides are we shouldn't go too deep on it because then people are gonna say I told them to take it. But peptides are. Well, why are you looking at me like that? Me personally,
You're putting in what
he
your
used to be a
body's
butterball.
missing.
Now look at him now.
No, Frank. Good sleep, red Gatorade. I keep it nice. I have a regimen, and I like to train every day. I do striking in the morning, jiu-jitsu at night.
And he does steroids.
And I got I'm 4% body fat now, and it's all about wrestling.
You're not 4% body
Whatever,
fat.
we're somewhere around there. But it's all about wrestling. No, but Frank, I've seen
4%
videos.
his face be out like Skeletor.
I've seen videos of you tossing kids around the mat, and I thought you were training to make a comeback.
Chael Sonnen doesn't want to do it. He pushed out.
Oh my God! So it is true.
Chael.
Chael's son.
With the bio.
Did Chael call you out?
No, I called him out, and he said,
When?
yeah, we'll do it.
When did you call him out?
What?
At the last, was it RAF? That was
Pulling it up.
in Ohio. Because I was sitting there watching these guys wrestle. I was like, God, the last time me and him wrestled was on my birthday, and he pinned me on my birthday. I go, I still don't like this guy. And at that time, when we were talking on Fox News, or Fox station or whatever, I said, I fucking hate you. And I went, oops, I can't say that. I was like, but I've grown a lot bigger. I mean, I've matured a lot. I don't hate a person, so I can't say I hate him. I dislike him. Yes, I dislike him. I still dislike
Uncle
him.
Chael?
He ain't no
he's
Uncle
the biggest,
Chael. He's
He's the
Uncle
biggest
Lion.
glazer. That's
Well,
his
I
favorite.
like his content.
That's his favorite fighter.
No, I like his content.
He's the best fighting actor you'll know.
What does that
He's
mean?
an actor.
He should be a pro
He
wrestler.
acts.
He should be a pro wrestler, right?
Yeah, pro wrestler. He'd be an awesome pro wrestler.
Here we go, Tito. This is you calling out Chael at RAF.
Yeah.
Great commentating. Good job tonight. I appreciate that. So my birthday, you picked me.
He's afraid of me. That's why.
But I made him tap the last time we fought. But all you guys who are Democrats, you believe the bullshit. So I
Damn, Tito, you went there.
No, they were yelling shit at me. Yeah, they're yelling a bunch of shit at me.
this thing through the night. Thank every one of you guys for being here tonight.
You look like, with my bad eyes, you look like Dana White right here. From
I want to do another match. Wait. Hold on one second.
Chael's letting you talk. Never seen someone let.
He had no choice.
And I've been coaching high school wrestling. I've been coaching kids a little better than you. I check you in.
Oh my God, you're taking shots.
I think you should actually do a match here at RAF. You're a great announcer. You're actually leaving tomorrow to do a submission match, which I get it, which I respect that.
Tito, you did a nice little promo reel.
That's like pro wrestling right there.
Personal to me.
Yeah, this
That's
looks like
entertaining.
WWE.
Bro, that's entertaining, but it's real though.
Yeah.
I'll give you an opportunity.
Were you scared of Uncle Chael being so close to you?
No, I was gonna double leg him.
Because he doesn't like letting people get so close.
Yeah.
I was gonna double leg him.
Can't let him get too close. You know what he's talking
I wasn't
about?
double
Do you know what he's talking about? You don't know. You have no idea. He has no idea. He hasn't been doing anything in MMA. He has no idea.
I'm going to show you next.
Here, in a wrestle match, I don't have to choke you. I don't have to punch in your face. I don't have to elbow in your face. When you do your style,
Was this rehearsed, Tito?
No.
Freestyling?
Freestyle, bruh.
You still got it.
Come on, bruh.
so every time I go like this with a little bit of space, you look good. By the way, you do look good. Yes, sir. I'm picturing myself on Fox Station, okay? I come on.
Look at Uncle Chael's belt buckle.
That's him.
Yeah, that's the only title he ever won.
One of the greats ever, the biggest mouth of the West. And then they come in and they say that's 210 pounds of monkey crap. And the answer,
Monkey crap. He called you monkey crap?
Monkey.
his name, Tito Ortiz.
What?
Five-time world champion, Hall of Fame.
See, he should have been a pro wrestler, bro. He's good.
5-time world champion, Hall of Famer, Tito Ortiz. What an intro.
With their mouth. You actually make great money with your mouth. You never won a world title. You've never won a great fight. But after Baron Stan's fight, and I told you,
Tito, how long did this go on for?
you can walk
I was like 4 minutes.
after that. But you won, so I gave you some advice. And the advice you took
So the end result is no?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
what did he
he did that.
say?
What do you say?
Wait, what did he tell you?
No, he said yeah. He said yeah, we'll do it.
So now you're going to do a wrestling match
No,
against
he
Uncle
won't do
Chael.
it. And he said no.
Who would win right now
I
between
would-
you and Uncle Chael?
I would squeeze the shit out of him.
Uncle Chael?
Are you kidding me?
I love
When
when
I-
we
when I-
call him
when I
Uncle
Did you
fought-
just
Chael.
watch him wrestle against Craig Jones?
So easy that was. So easy Jones made that look.
Yeah, Craig Jones is nasty.
But he made how easy that was because he's weak. Like I did a bunch of steroids his whole career.
Uncle Chael?
Come on, bro.
Oh,
Everybody knows that.
Look how many times he failed his.
You guys-
look how many times
I
he's
love
failed.
both of you, but both of you stop.
No, but look how many times he's failed.
Hey, watch
look how
this,
many times he
Frank. Watch
failed.
this, Frank. This is where it comes. This is where this shit comes. It's a meme now.
Uncle Chael and Vanderlei Silva. Look at
Fast
this.
forward to the part where he says that.
It's only 40 seconds. Soon. Uncle Chael doesn't fear anybody.
You know, Vanderlei's a bully.
Yeah.
Oh, he spit on him. Vanderlei Silva spits on Uncle Chael. What's he wearing? The spider toe shoes? What's Vanderlei wearing? Those where each toe
got
gets its own
ninja
little
shoes.
compartment.
Watch this.
But don't you think that's a little weird? How do you want, man? They have a date.
That's the most English I ever heard him speak.
Right?
This is actually helpful. You want to have a date, man. You know what?
What's he saying? We're gonna have a date?
A day
Oh, a day.
for the fight.
I know. I hope you don't hurt the hands, don't hurt your man, I'm not forget. What I'm gonna do for you. Yeah, I'm gonna see what? You're gonna see. Would you tell me? You're gonna see what I'm gonna do. But can we talk then?
Uncle Chael's the man.
I'd like to say hello. I don't want to say hello to what? But I feel gonna shake the hands. I know. Yeah.
This is incredible.
Because I don't want to be afraid of hurt you.
He wants to hurt him.
I like you.
Vanderlei's scary with those
He
eyes.
is.
So
He's
scary.
scary.
Man, it was always scary.
So
dude.
scary,
Tell me.
bro.
Scary
Action
shit.
murderer, bro.
The tattoo on the back of his
You
head.
didn't even
Yeah.
get to the fucking part. You should.
No, it's 30
Creepy
seconds
out.
long.
No,
Hold on,
man.
it's coming.
Come on, man.
Date.
Look it right here.
Just tell me the date.
Frank Shamrock's never seen it. You gotta show him the whole thing.
I can just tell me the date. I'm just.
Chael's like he's like,
Oh!
yeah.
What now? What now?
Be quiet. Let me hear it.
I can't let you get close.
I can't let you get close.
Oh my god. Look at the double leg. Tito, look at the things you were gonna have to be prepared for.
Bro.
Look at that double leg. Look at how clean he is. He's clean. And that wasn't even explosive. That was half Uncle Chael's power.
Okay, that was 8
Right,
years.
Frank? Frank, you know body mechanics. That's half his power.
That was 8 years after we fought. Okay,
Yeah.
or 8 years before we
goodness.
fought.
Yeah.
When we fought in Bellator,
Oh my
watch how I
God.
manhandle
You're
him.
killing me.
Like I mounted him and elbowed him, and he felt like a girl. I grabbed a single, and he felt like a girl. He said he got me to choke. Bullshit. I was had a front headlock. Had nothing on me. Nothing.
This is Uncle Chael versus Craig Jones last
Did
week.
Chael
This
beat
recent?
Vanderlei this time or did Vanderlei
This is
beat Chael?
recent?
Or did
This
they
just
not
happened?
fight?
They didn't
This
even
is-
fight. They didn't fight that one. They didn't fight until Bellator.
This is
Who won though?
Chael beat him by wrestling.
Chael won. So this is This is Craig Jones versus Uncle Chael.
Yeah, this move is nasty. Yeah, twice in one night.
Craig Jones with the amazing lock.
No,
I had him out cold. He's unconscious.
Frank, did you see when Vanderlei got disqualified and knocked out in the same night?
No.
You
What?
never seen anything.
Wait, who'd he fight?
Some Brazilian guy boxing. He was supposed to fight Vitor
I'm
Belfort.
pulling it
Oh, that was just
I
a
didn't
couple weeks
see
ago.
that.
I seen that
Yeah,
one.
you saw it, Tito?
Yeah, I seen that one.
Bro, he was a bully. He was.
Oh no,
Frank,
no, no!
look
I
at-
saw.
Frank,
I saw the
look.
clip. No,
Uncle
someone sent
Chael
me
gets
the
to
clip.
go another round with Craig Jones. So he goes for an ankle lock, tries
Yep.
to take the back,
And gets caught in the same fucking position again.
and
No.
Craig catches him again with the reverse. Look at the flow here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's not even moving.
Uncle
He's
Chael
just
has
chilling.
size, he has power,
He's
he has
just
force. The
chilling.
one thing he does not have is a relax button.
Yeah.
Craig Jones is unbelievable on the ground,
Yeah,
though.
look, he's just chilling. Look, he's like, wee.
Craig Jones wants you to mess up. He wants you to just gas out. Oh my God, look at the reverse. So
Is Craig Jones, is he that good at?
Craig Jones is that good. Craig Jones
Yeah.
is the nastiest.
He is pretty damn good. I
Yeah.
watched him. I watched his stuff. He's pretty damn slick. dude.
CGI is famous because of Craig Jones, and he's Volk's jiu-jitsu grappling coach. Look at this. Now when Craig Jones takes Uncle Chael's back, look how Uncle Chael's so calm, Frank. Doesn't care. And then Craig Jones goes to take the back again, and here he goes again.
Okay, right there.
Same
And
move.
catches him again with the same fucking move.
That's awesome.
Is he better? What's the guy name that's training with John Jones?
They're right there.
Yeah, no.
This is a
he's
weird
Is he
fucking.
Eddie-
This move's a weird
That's
move,
the
The Eddie
dude.
Bravo guy?
Is he better than
Planet
Gordon
13?
Ramsay?
Hey, Tito, who do you think's better, Gordon Ryan or Craig Jones?
Oh, Gordon Ryan just goes by size.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, the size difference.
Frank, you didn't watch Vanderlei Silva at his wrestling, at his boxing fight
just
last
saw
week?
the clip.
Yeah,
Where some
Verdum
dude
comes
socked
in the
him.
ring.
Yeah.
It goes
He got sucker
crazy,
punched. Yeah,
bro.
no,
He
got
gets
socked.
sucker, gets sucker punched by one of the.
Was
I heard,
it was his own guy.
I heard it was his opponent's son. That's what
Really?
I heard. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
that's
watch
what
it.
it was, Rampage. I think you're correct on that. You can see right here.
It was bad. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
bad.
not good, bro.
They had to drag him to the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was not
bro.
good.
He gets hit
man,
right
he
there,
got
and then he gets dropped.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about all these boxing fights? Would you come back for one, Tito?
Nope.
Oh,
No, I did mine against Anderson. He got me down to 199.1, and I weighed 240 a month before, and that was probably the hardest cut I ever had in my life.
I saw you training with Coach Prillo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you looked good in the gym though.
I felt great, but cutting that extra 20 pounds was the hardest thing. Going from 242 down to 199.1 in a month was probably the worst thing I've ever gone through in my life. I almost killed myself. I pissed blood that night after I drank.
Bro, that's really dangerous.
It's super dangerous, but once again,
his age.
Oh yeah.
Coming out of COVID, and I didn't fight for almost 2 years, and I was like, fuck, dude, you got to pay the bills, right? I was willing to sacrifice my life for my family, so that's why I did it.
I got a quick question before I move on. You really think you would ragdoll Uncle Chael?
I would make him look like a little girl, as he is.
With all his pedigree, the wrestling, the way
Stop
he has...
glazing that motherfucker, man. That's disrespectful, bro.
No, because I'm really
Man,
confused with
he's a
Tito.
fucking legend. Chael Sonnen ain't did shit.
They
Has
all
he
are
won a
legends.
belt?
You guys are
Wait,
all
Chael,
legends.
Has Chael Sonnen even won a belt?
Has he
Chael
won a
Sonnen
belt?
is Chael Sonnen. Look at his belt buckle.
His
Quit
belt
glazing that
buckle.
motherfucker, man.
See, but that's the problem. A lot of people now on social media, they see stuff how people say or see stuff what they
Do
do.
you watch his YouTube?
No, I don't watch his
Oh,
YouTube.
okay. Well, he talks about
It
fighting
sounds like
at
you
the
do, though,
highest
bro.
level.
Yeah,
I watch everything.
He watched everything.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing.
He
No,
watched-
but he
watched
really
all
is
his
very
YouTube.
technical, right?
How hard can it be to sit there and watch a video of somebody and to be a technical and saying that, yeah, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that, but not ever do it. That was one thing he always said. I'm the best, I'm undefeated, I'm the best there been, but he's never done it.
He's never even been champion, bro. You
Never
glazing
been
the
champion.
wrong motherfucking guy.
I'm friends with Tito. I've been friends
Yeah,
with
well,
Tito a
we-
long time.
yeah,
Me and
for
him
sure.
go way
So
back.
why you
Just so
trying to
know.
rap
Like I say, I'm an honest man. I'm
Just so
telling you the
know.
truth.
Tito was the first guy to show up to my family's charity event. When Tito was running for mayor, he called me. I showed up. We always show up for each other. Don't be trying to pin us against the wall like you did
Well,
with
you
him and
stop-
Tank.
hey, stop-
You be
stop-
splitting people up.
Well, stop glazing Chael
Was he
Sonnen.
like this when you guys were on Team Punishment? Y'all
Fuck
over here
yeah.
arguing
Hell
that?
yeah.
all day?
Oh, yeah.
How is Team
That was
Punishment? You guys yelling at
punishment.
each other all
Oh,
day?
yeah, that's why it's called team punishment.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't handle the physical beating, you couldn't handle the mental beating. No, we would talk shit
Yeah,
so
we talk
bad.
shit all
We'd
the
make
time.
guys literally leave camp. Rico Rodriguez left camp, almost started crying. He said, "We can't do this anymore," and he left. Remember that? Remember he left.
Yeah,
Dude, we talked so
we
much
didn't call
shit.
it bully. We just it's just like
Yeah.
we just make it fun. What do they call it? Banter. It's just
Yeah.
like,
But you want to talk shit to make a guy's because when you're training and you're training so much, your body's so sore and so tired, and someone's talking shit to you, and you try to come back with something you're not quick enough, then you feel like shit. You're like, but that's how a fight is. You got to be able to live in the fucking with the wolves. You know, that's how it is. That's literally how it is.
Is
You
that how
gotta talk
Lions
shit.
Den was? Is that how you guys were? Because you guys have legendary stories too.
Yeah, I think we were a little different. I think because we didn't have as much knowledge. And so it was pretty much like, we were on the Japanese learning system, which is like 10 positions. It's like real simple 10 positions, X amount of moves, X amount of drills, X amount of rolls. And so it took a long time. Like Ken wasn't into evolving. Like he didn't, he was like, no, this is the system. But evolution was needed. And so I just kept adding and growing things to it. But yeah, it was, as soon as Ken put me in as the teacher, we all went kind of nerdy because I was like a nerd. And so, we went from
Is that when you brought Smith in?
Yeah.
Maurice Smith,
Yeah,
right?
Maurice Smith.
Yeah.
What ended up happening is I'd go into fights, some guy'd kick me in the face, and I'd be like, I'd go to my coach and say, hey, I got kicked in the face. And he'd be like, well, stop that. And there was no like solution for it.
Literally.
There was no solution. So I got to the, and I just come from prison. So I had this very scholastic learn, write stuff down. And so, as soon as I got there, and it only lasted for a short period of time because then I left. But everybody got real smart and nerdy and we started writing stuff down and we kind of went from the caveman zone into like this sort of evolutionary phase.
It's kind of like the era right before Team Punishment, I would say,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
That kind of brought in the Team Punishment.
Yeah, and
era.
then I ended up leaving,
Yeah.
and then they stayed with knowledge, and then it kind of, did whatever it did for some time. But then I kept going with like, I went crazy with all the
Bro,
knowledge.
he was in the wild west of MMA where you just like learn on the job. You didn't have nobody else to look.
Nobody
On
has the
job
knowledge.
training,
Yeah.
So crazy. I mean, you
Yeah.
guys literally, when they say pioneers of the sport, you guys are pioneers of the sport, world champions and people that fighters looked up to. You have a guy who won 5 world titles telling us and the podcast that he looked up to you. I mean,
He
this
won
is
5 world
incredible.
titles also.
No, I know, but
Yeah,
I'm saying
I'm
like the generational knowledge,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
insane how you did it. I mean, being the first ever in a sport to be a world champion, and then let alone doing it in 3 of the biggest organizations. Frank, you're a legend of your own right. I don't need to say that, but the audience knows that. What do you guys feel like rivalries are? Like you had one of the most insane rivalries. You had the most insane rivalry with Chuck Liddell. Like these rivalries.
The bigger one was with his brother.
Yeah, for sure.
But-
100%.
Yeah.
Because that was real. It wasn't. a
over
facade.
you and Chuck Liddell.
Yeah.
That was a
Really?
setup. That was a setup.
Give
That
me
was
the
a
insight.
UFC
Why do you
setup.
feel that, Rampage?
Oh, because they genuinely didn't like each other at all. But him and Chuck, they probably used to be friends, but they probably selling tickets. To be honest, you know, you got to sell tickets. But with him and Ken, I felt it like y'all really didn't like each other. And when you
And
get the
this started
t-shirt-
back in Tank days.
Yeah.
Way back in like UFC 6 when they got in scrap. Almost, I think, with you guys, the Lions Den guys, and then all of a sudden I fought Jerry Bolander.
That was
I
just
fought
me.
Guy, was it you?
I came in with my girlfriend Tiffany that nightclub, and then Tank was chilling right there, and I rode up, and I was looking all fly, and I had my hot girl, and he comes up, and he goes, "Hey, Frank," he puts his hand on my arm like this. I'm like, I don't even know this dude. This is kind of uncomfortable, and he takes his teeth out, and he goes, "Well, if that girl's not gonna go home and fuck you, I'll suck your dick."
Who said that?
Tank with his arm around my neck.
Tank Abbott!
And then he tried to like headlock me. And I was like, yo, bro, get the fuck up. What are you doing? And like him and I squared, like, this is the first time I met Tank. We were standing with Knuckles. And security came and took me out.
Tank Abbott!
That's what he said to me. Took his teeth out. He said, "Oh, if she doesn't, I'll go home and suck her."
What the fuck?
Bro.
He must have been Tito. Was he trolling?
No, I think he was probably.
He might have been drinking. He might have been drinking.
He was drinking.
Okay, but can I tell you the second story before
Did
we
you
get
guys actually fight?
No,
Okay,
security
drink.
came. It was like
He would
quick.
say some stupid shit like that because
Let's go
wait,
around.
but this is what he would do. He would try to get into people's minds to cause a situation for a fight to start.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's what he was looking at.
That's what he was
wasn't
doing.
looking to
'Cause
suck
no,
your dick.
no, 'cause
he
he-
wasn't really looking to suck your dick.
No, but I think he was just trying to shock and like be uncomfortable.
Yes.
Because then he was coming in physically. Like he had his arm around me. He was trying to headlock me. I was like, bro, what the fuck? I don't know you. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And so that's literally the first time we met. Second time we met, I was in Las Vegas, had another girl, and I'm cruising through the casino. And I hear this, Frank, I love you. And I go, oh, man. It's some drunk fan. I'm like, God dang it. And so I do the quick look, and then I go, what the hell? It's Tank Abbott. And he's just oozing over this chair. He's just wasted, falling. I love you, man. I ain't seen him for 20 years. And the last time he was trying to headlock me, pulling his teeth out. And he comes falling over, hugging me, and he's like, I love you, man. I love you. You kicked Tito's ass, and I hate him. And I was like, okay.
That's why he wanted to suck your dick. Man, he loved you for real. That part was real. He really loved you. He wanted.
He had real love for me.
He wanted to show
He
you
had
his gratitude. He hates Tito.
Now he hates me. Now he hates me.
For sure, though, the Chuck Liddell rivalry is the biggest UFC rivalry of all time.
It was probably one of the biggest ones. Yes. It
Yes, for sure.
Was it corrected information? No, it was not. So they're actually going to be showing something here soon. I can't let you know news about it, but there's something. Hopefully, the truth is told. But the biggest one was Ken Shamrock, by far one of the biggest rivalries because we hated each other.
Did that fuck up y'all friendship?
No, because they weren't close to that.
Oh, you
time.
hated him too.
Yeah, I hated it.
Yeah,
I was on Team Ortiz.
Yeah.
But why you guys fall out? Is it private?
No, not at all. It just, remember I told you I was like the nerdy dude. And so I thought the mission was to figure it out and like write everything down and like get a new system and go rah. And then what I ran into was Ken's, control of that universe and it's kind of his ego and sort of his mindset. And it wasn't we weren't growing. We were stuck in this, Ken world. And I could see the evolution happening around me. And I could see it on paper. I was like, team, like we're doing this thing.
And there's probably a correlation people could read off of that if they watch Ultimate Fighter Season 3 of how he coached his guys and how I coach my guys. That was the same way that I had, that you probably had with Ken.
Breathe. Don't give up. Like, I'm not thinking of giving up ever. What are you talking about?
Like,
What? I am breathing. What advice is this?
Yeah.
But he's like a big brother to you, so that stuff probably bothers you.
Well, it just doesn't make sense from a mechanical standpoint. My brain needs data, and some guy's going, breathe. Well, I know how to breathe.
You're so analytical. I've watched you
breathing.
break down fights. I've watched
Yeah.
you look at the pro athletes. I've seen the way you talk about hip movement, your body mechanics, and the movement. Like, you're so analytical. You're so mechanically driven. Like you said, your brain needs data. I don't think he was ever a data guy, though. So I don't think that
so.
was never going to work out.
Right.
I
So
think eventually it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Right. So
I
he
think
should have.
we were going to butt heads.
He should have been. I'm not. With all
Should've
due
made you
respect,
the next up.
with all due respect, he should have been like keen enough to be like, all right, that shit don't work for Frank. They probably work for Vernon White or somebody to say that shit, but for Frank, I need to go ahead and tell him, all right, put your foot on his hip and move, do whatever, instead of like breathe. Like,
But he never understood that side of it.
He never had the data.
He
He never
never
studied
had
it.
the data.
Yeah.
So then he couldn't.
Like on
so
the Ultimate Fighter, that was the
yeah.
biggest thing. He was worried about strength.
No.
With me, I'm worried about technique. I was worried about how good the guys were wrestlers, how they were able with their striking. One of the guys he had a problem with always keeping his left hand down. So I put a basketball on his fucking hand, and that's how he kept your hand up. That basketball that dropped, your hand wasn't up. You got to make sure that basketball doesn't drop. Once again, I was teaching these guys these situations. One of the guys got caught in a triangle. Right after the match, I pulled him aside. I go, we're going to show you guys a triangle right now. And I showed him and got out. People were like, wow, Tito actually is a coach. To me, it was just having that coaching mentality that I always wanted to be in collegiate wrestling, but that I learned through team punishment, the things I learned when I learned from him, things that I learned from John Lober at sometimes submissions. Oyama, Saul Solis, rest in peace. But all the things that I tried to learn was things that I wanted to be better than I was the first time. That's the only way to get better is to go outside and train with other guys, because you see a lot of guys in jiu-jitsu world or in Brazilian jiu-jitsu world is they only stay with one camp. And they're only as good as the people in that room. If you go and train with everybody, like I'd go to Vegas, go train with John Lewis. I'd go with every person I possibly can. Willing to sacrifice and going up and training with Frank was like something in my mind of like, all right, am I being a pussy and like kind of giving in? No, I'm being a smart man by going out and willing to risk myself to go learn. And I learned so much of that during that time. Who's the striking coach there up at American?
Oh, who was that at the time?
Same person. That's the,
Javier?
Javier.
Yeah, so Javier was there.
Javier was
I don't
there.
think Tony was there. My boxing guy wasn't
And I think
there.
Didn't you start American, what is it, AKA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I just
they were
found out the other day.
kickboxers.
Yeah,
you-
Luke
you-
Rockhold was giving you your flowers on the podcast.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He just told
Yeah.
you started AKA. I had no idea.
Well, I met Javier at a UFC, probably UFC 10 or 11. Rando. Ken and I just had a falling out.
That was when BJ first came around.
Yeah,
BJ was
not
up
even there yet. Not
Yeah,
even there yet.
not even
And
there
so and then I'd also met a girl. Angelina became a second wife.
Angelina
in
Jolie?
Hawaii.
No,
way.
Angelina.
I wish I did.
No, you don't.
Yeah, but anyways, so I just I forgot what I was talking about.
No, starting
yeah,
AKA. Starting
Yeah.
AKA.
AK.
Starting AKA.
Oh yeah. So after my falling out with Ken, I had no place to go. But I'd met Javier at the UFC, and he's like, "Hey man, if you're ever in San Jose, come on out." And so I show up at his gym, it's Rando. Hey bro, and he's like, "Oh hey, right on." And then at the time there was no classes in the afternoon, so I was like, well, "Can I come in and use the mats at noon?" And then I'll just roll around, do my thing. I got a whole, routine that I do. And so it started me by myself in the gym, just by myself.
That was when Cain Velasquez first came there too.
It was, long before him. It was nobody. It was just me and a bunch of literally a bunch of kickboxers. And they would stand on the outside and laugh at me and make fun of me and tease me. They'd be like, oh.
Hey, this question is for you, not Tito. I think I know Tito's answer because Tito come at a different part. But did you have any idea that MMA would be this popular? Like
Yeah.
what is it? You
100%
knew it.
knew it.
I had
Knew
no
it before
idea.
I fought him, which is why I went for the free agent and tried to break out and change the model and do the whole thing.
What was it that made you know?
Because when I was a young boy, when I first started in Japan, you're a young boy. You carry bags, you take beatings, you wipe people down, you serve, and in your service you learn, and that's how the process works. And so when
Key word there is young blood. Those are the young bloods.
because
Yeah.
you want to teach them right? Give them responsibility and give them all the knowledge. But for that, you got to earn it. You got to work for it. And so I literally started carrying everyone's bag. That was my job. Carry the bag. Bag, sir. Let me get your bag. Rub you down. Okay, you want to beat on me? Thank you. Beat on me, because that's how I was taught to serve. And then I'm watching this thing and I'm like, man, this is totally crazy. Like I'm watching people getting their teeth. I was there when Tank knocked out Matua, you know, and he seized up like this. And Elaine McCarthy
know what
came
you're talking about?
screaming. Oh, she was just traumatized that this had just happened. Bob Meyerowitz walked by and he's like, we got ourselves a star.
Yeah.
So I was watching this thing
saw all
happen
that.
in real time. I was
Wow.
22, 23 years old. And then what I would do when I didn't have service or, you know, responsibilities, I'd go sit in the crowd and I would talk to people. And I would talk to old ladies, and I would talk to moms, I would talk to, and I'd be like, what are you doing here? She'd be like, my grandson's fighting, and I'm so nervous, and da-da-da-da-da-da. An hour later, kill him! Kill him! And I'd be like, whoa, there's something really
It was primal about
primitive and
Primitive,
essential and like, you know, human about this sort of conflict.
Yeah.
And if we could figure out how to get it acceptable and palatable to everybody, and you know, like it's gonna go.
You
Like,
know,
I
what
knew it. I
my
knew it.
doubt was because of PKA kickboxing. You guys
Oh
remember
yeah,
that?
hell yeah.
Where did it go? It was real popular in America for a while,
well,
so
yeah.
that's what threw me
The
off.
problem once
Yeah.
again there was no storyline. So you watch one of the greatest entertainment values you can watch is professional wrestling. There's a storyline.
Yeah.
And with UFC, they had an opportunity before, actually, right when UFC got bought by the Fertitas brothers, Zuffa, Bob Meyerowitz, he understood how to make a star. Not make a star, but kind of put him forward. Then when Lorenzo bought it, he was like, this is what we're going to do. At that time, I was the champion, and I was the brash, cocky, people called me an asshole. I was just confident. And bleached
you're the big
hair,
star
flame
guy.
shorts. And that was something I wanted because I watched Hulk Hogan in professional wrestling. I watched Muhammad Ali in boxing. I was like, how can I find the happy medium in between? And like say, people hated me or people loved me. There was never somebody who had the middle line with me. And that was something that Tank told me too. He was, Tito, you got to understand. And like I say, I have no ill will towards Tank. He can talk all the shit he wants about me, lie all he wants about me, whatever. He told me to make sure people always talked about you. Either it was bad or it was good. When they didn't talk is when you need to worry. So I always kept that in the back of my mind. So whenever I fought, I never talked about a person's family, never talked about a person's country, never ever lied. And I made sure that I just attacked the person that I competed against, and that was it. No more, no less.
I think you made people mad with your T-shirts
Yeah.
after you won the fight, and you burying them and covering it up with the
So
dirt.
That was good though. I like that. That was good.
The shovel was amazing.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
good.
that was something that I learned when we used to go watch the smoker fights.
Yeah.
And I watched a guy from Thailand do it before the fight. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that guy did it before the fight. What if I did it during the fight, right after I just beat him? I was like, and it stuck. And I was like, all right, this is cool. But once again, that's the entertainment value that you bring to it. Now, UFC is just so watered down. You can't really attach yourself to a certain fighter. Yes, there's John Jones. There's some Conor McGregor's. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
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 by
sad.
design, you guys.
That's
Machines are built this way by design, so the brand is first.
But I think the UFC is hurting themselves.
That's what
now.
they wanted.
That's
Now
that's
with
like
that.
one of the best points, Frank,
Yeah.
that people don't understand. The machine is always trying to make sure that the brand is always bigger, just like WWE. No
Yeah.
star can be bigger than the platform.
And that was one of my mistakes. Is I'm very outgoing. I'm very truthful when I talk. And I said that one day I'll be bigger than the UFC. That's when they smashed me.
Yeah. Oh, bro, I'm gonna have to say this. Tito was the first poster boy. When I moved to Huntington Beach to train, he was the only fighter. Cause I didn't watch the sport. I wasn't a fan of the sport when I got in it. I didn't know anything about it. And then people was like, "There go Tito Ortiz." When I was working at this, I was working at the Majestic. He used to come for
yeah.
Club Rub. After we talked about this before, and I saw his head first, big ass. that's Tito Ortiz right there. I was like, "Who's Tito Ortiz?" Is that? And how you an MMA fighter? You don't know who Tito Ortiz is? He's the biggest star in MMA. Then after that, I looked him up, and then years later, I come to train with him anyway. And then, but Tito was the first poster boy in my era, and also I think he's the reason why the UFC don't want people to get big now.
No.
They learn.
And to me, it was never personal about them. It was about my window of opportunity is only so big. I'm only going to be able to compete. I was looking to compete for 25 years, 10 years at the best, at my toppest level. And yeah, I'm going to make a few million when they're making hundreds of millions. To find out later on, it could become 4.5 billion and now 7.7 billion. Us fighters that are former world champions, we shouldn't have to work now because we should have some type of residual money that comes off of the top that takes care of us to making sure that our family has nothing to worry about. I'm a 9-to-5 guy. I own a restaurant. Thankful. I'm very thankful that during my time off the UFC, I went to Iraq for 6 straight years on my own. I was the first UFC fighter to ever do it. Being on a Celebrity Apprentice with Donald Trump. The things that I did on the background to actually build my name, being on MTV back when MTV was big. But I did those extra things because I understood that I had to be a brand. I had to make myself a brand. And for all the time over the last 15 to 20 years of them trying to shut me down and trying to erase me from MMA, and they've done it to Frank. They've done it to Randy Couture. They try to take the
You're
champions
nobody till you're
names away,
erased. Yeah.
but they're not going to be able to erase champions.
Let's
That's
do some math. Let's do some math here. What if the UFC would have given all the Hall of Famers at least 1% of the company? Like when they
That
made
1% would be worth like 40 or 60 million. They sold for like 3 billion.
so each person
person
in the Hall of Fame. What if they gave everybody was
they could give you like Class B or Class C shares. Or,
So I don't understand that. So what if they just gave each
Well,
Hall of Famer-
really, if there was anything there, I don't even know how to say this the right way, but as a businessman, I would think that there would be some sort of fighters union, not like the
I'm not
one where
talking about-
everybody
I'm not
goes
talking
on
about that.
strike.
The people
No, but that
who made
pays
the
for
UFC
you guys.
popular, like people that's
Yeah,
considered
that would
UFC
be
Hall of
equity in the
Famers.
brand. That would be equity
Right.
in the brand.
So what if they did? What if they just did that? Would that be like?
Yeah, it'd be worth
would it be
like
like
hundreds and
It'd be
hundreds
like
of millions.
15 to 20 million.
Yeah, it'd be like hundreds of millions
per person?
No, way more than that. They sold for 3 billion. So
I know.
do
Then
math.
they sold- then they
1%
sold
of
the rights
3
for
billion.
7 billion.
Yeah, 3 billion.
4.5 billion they sold it for the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
Then they just not sold it. They sold their rights.
Right.
Streaming rights
For what?
to
9
Paramount.
years?
To,
For 5 years?
Yeah.
Paramount for 5 years for 7.7 billion.
So what if each Hall of Famer got at least 1%?
How about half a percent?
Yeah.
0.5%.
But what about just
A quarter
what
percent.
about just a salary or a retainer? Or money
Salary
that
would be
helps?
great. Like we didn't have to worry about paying.
I think
state tax.
something that would be
And so-
amazing is all the Hall of Famers always get to sit right there, cage side, and then you guys all get put on a retainer to go talk about the event, talk about the fighters that are going on, and everybody get their health insurance paid for, and everybody gets taken care of, and you guys do tours together. The sport would be 10 times bigger because everybody loves the stars like Hamza and Armin. These guys are like blowing up the sport, but they love hearing from guys like Frank and yourself and Rampage. So like if you mix the two, there's a world like look at what the WWE does in their storylines. Every once in a while they bring back a Ric Flair, they pay him, but Ric Flair's on salary for I'm just gonna throw out some numbers. These are fake numbers, but let's say $1 million a year. So they know they can get him for 2 events a year, plus they have their merchandise still. So they keep his name relevant. They give him money, and then he makes money outside of the WWE because his name's still so popular because the WWE is promoting him. If there was something like that, all the fighters would elevate each other. You would still be interacting with guys like Khamzat Chimaev during fight camps and for media.
And I think that would be huge too, because then the fans of old would still be paying attention to the newer fighters, because now they really don't pay attention
Well,
to the newer
it's a
fighters.
good
They get
culture
lost.
blend.
Yes.
Yeah, the attrition fan rate is so quick.
That's just my
talk to
personal
people all the
opinion.
time, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I watched it for a couple of years. Someone I really liked, and now I have no idea what's going on." And da 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 da.
When's the last
I'm like,
fight you
oh.
watched?
Well, I watched your fight last time you fought.
That was years ago, Frank. When's the last fight you watched?
Last fight I watched was just this last one.
Khamzat Chimaev, DDP,
yeah,
the big pay-per-view card.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
What about and Rampage? You watch him because of the pod?
Yeah. The podcast got me back to watching MMA. Because you know what? I felt bad. Like a lot of the new fighters, they've been fighting for 10 years, and I didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
Like I met. You know who I met? I met Jigga at Giga.
Yeah.
God
Our
damn
guy.
it. Yeah, Giga. I keep calling him nigga. I met him at the gym. And he was like, "What's up, Rampage?" I was like, "Oh, what's up?" Man, I thought he was just a regular guy at the gym. And then somebody got like, "You know who that? He's a UFC fighter. He's fighting in the UFC." I'm like, "Oh shit, my bad." And I felt bad because I didn't know him because I
Fight
hadn't
that
been.
you met him.
I did that all the
I've
time,
been
and I
watching
felt
it.
bad.
But
I
my
wasn't
point,
watching.
my point of asking you this is, are you not watching it because you have a salty taste in your mouth with the reputation and the relationship with the UFC? Or are you not watching it because you can't attach to any characters? Any
I don't
fighters?
watch it. Same reason I don't watch my own films.
Why?
I'm a shitty actor, so I look like shit on film. I look handsome, but my acting is not that good. Probably because I got traumatized as a child. But when I watch fighting, I just see pure mechanics. I just see literally the biomechanics, the structures, the angles, and so for me, it's like watching a mechanical application on something. I don't have the fight vibe. Like I don't have the excitement to it. I don't care. So for me, it just boiled down to like, what are the simple mechanics?
Analyze the
Yeah.
situation.
And then my brain goes, well,
You go
shit.
full analyst
Like
mode.
maybe we should do something with that. Oh, he's dipping over there, and he's flat-footed on this, and there's structures off here. So
Yeah.
my brain goes in these directions, which aren't helpful because
Yeah.
then I'm not actually enjoying the
It,
fight.
it
or
becomes
watching the
work
fight.
and not watching
Yeah,
the
I'm
fight.
like working, and I can tell you exactly what he needs to do to be more successful, but I'm not enjoying the fight. So that way, that's why I don't
Yeah.
watch it.
What about you, Rampage? Did you not watch it because you were salty or you were upset, or did you not watch it because there was no one you attached to? No one you had a relationship.
I just wasn't interested. And I remember sometimes my friends ask me, "Oh, you watching the UFC?" And I'd be like playing video games. You know, I just wasn't.
Yeah.
As a fan, I'm a fan. I've been a fan of fighting my whole life. I met Rampage when I was 20 years old. I met Tito when I was like 21 or 22 too. And I've always been a fan. I just love fighting. I love watching. I always wanted to be a fighter, but not really. I can't work as hard. I can't cut weight, so I figured out what peptides were.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you watch paintball tournaments?
No.
Thank you. That's probably
I
why we
was
don't
a
watch
professional
MMA.
paintball player. We
No,
own
you
SC
weren't.
Village, Hollywood Sports, yeah.
Seriously.
But I don't watch it because it's the same concept. Yeah, that's
The last live of a UFC event I went to was in Miami, and
nice.
that was Pereira versus was it Stenberg, and I had to pay $2,000 for my ticket.
At the UFC?
free ticket.
No, they wouldn't give me one.
No, they don't give me tickets either.
That's wrong.
They don't give you free tickets.
No, they don't.
No, I don't get no tickets.
TJ Dillashaw gets free tickets.
Like I would ask almost.
How's he
everybody.
get tickets?
I don't know.
You're gonna call TJ.
But like I say,
But did you reach out to Dana?
yes,
And what'd he say?
I don't have tickets.
Oh,
I just need one ticket. There's a group of us already going down, and I was like, all right.
You should get tickets every time.
That don't make
But-
sense.
But it's because of personal
But I mean, at the
relationship.
same
like
time,
boxing.
whenever I'm there, it's nothing
like
hard
boxing.
towards Dana. It is what it is.
are you guys on good terms?
I hope so.
Do you know Hunter?
I know Hunter. Yeah,
Hunter, I love Hunter. I love Dana, but I like Hunter. Hunter cool as fuck.
Yeah, I have no problem with him. I mean, I always talk good about him. I have the fights
You
at
with Triple H?
my restaurant.
Talking about Triple H?
No,
No,
Hunter.
that's WWE. Hunter Campbell.
Hunter
Oh.
Campbell. Yeah, he's one of the other.
Is he the
CEO.
matchmaker or what is he?
Yeah, CEO,
What-
right?
CEO.
Oh, he's the CEO.
And for UFC, if you guys are watching, we got 3 of the greatest world champions of all time and the most iconic fighters. Can we please give these guys some tickets? They love you guys. I want to make the amends today. We need
let
Tito
me
sitting
stream.
courtside.
And let
at
me
all
stream in
times.
that motherfucker, man. I'm a streamer.
That's
now.
crazy. You know Dana ain't doing all
What?
that.
I don't have
Dana
to.
finds streamers that illegally stream and he shuts
He
them down.
let Aiden Ross stream that shit.
No, he didn't.
I get Aiden. I've been watching Aiden Ross can stream. He can show the fights and every goddamn
No,
thing.
I don't think he could show the fight.
I'm telling you.
Are you sure?
I'm sure him
we gotta
and
figure that
Dana,
out.
him and Dana, buddies. Dana been to his fights, brand risk.
Oh yeah, I did see Dana White. At
They
Rampage.
buddies. Like
Yeah.
let me stream some shit.
Dana, can we get a meeting? Can we get you on the podcast and let's hash this out with you and Rampage?
I don't think me and Dana ever. I don't think Dana ever coming on the podcast. I don't think he like podcasts, but personally, Dana and I we don't have problems.
All right, good. We need him on the pod.
But you know, we
He's
don't
the
have
greatest.
problems.
Hey, can we all agree on this though? Is he not the greatest sports commissioner of all time for what he did with the UFC? Frank's looking at me like he wants to stab me. Frank, if you got something you want to say, go ahead. I meant to say it as a fan.
Hey, Frank.
He's one of the hardest workers
Throw this
for
at
himself.
This shit hurt. You hit him with this shit. It hurt.
I'm saying as a fan. Frank, I'm
Hit him
sorry.
with this motherfucker.
Frank, what did I say wrong? Frank, do you have a different opinion?
I think us as fighters, we have a different opinion just because it was never about the fighters.
Got it.
It was always about the brand.
Got it.
Yeah.
And that was the problem. Our window of opportunity is only so big, as I said before. What happens after that's over? They have a brand for life. And they're going to make more and more and more and more and more and more money. For us, we gave our life and soul. I had 8 surgeries. I almost went paralyzed twice. I had a fractured orbital bone, UFC 106, and I still fought. Brock Lesnar pulled out. I got pushed to main event. I said, I'm not going to fight. He goes, I need you to fight. I still fought. And this is something I have to say because this is recently that he did a podcast. And he said that the problem with Tito Ortiz was right before a fight, he would always call and say, I'm not fighting unless you pay me a certain amount of money.
I saw that one.
Bullshit. That is a lie. That is a bold-faced lie. I have never, ever done that in my life. Actually, UFC 132, when I fought Ryan Bader, I was supposed to fight Ryan Bader on free TV, which I would get paid a certain amount of money to show up, a certain amount of money to win. That fight was a pay-per-view fight. I did all the promotion. A day before the weigh-in, he pulls me aside and said, Tito, you can't have the winning purse. Or you can't have the pay-per-view. I go, what do you mean? I've been doing all the pay-per-view promotions. I've been doing everything for the pay-per-view. He goes, well, then you can't have the winning purse. So I had to sign off on $450,000 that they're not going to pay me, but I'm getting the purse or getting the pay-per-view purse. Thank God the pay-per-view purse was great and I did well that fight. But at the same time, I want to bring this to attention. I have never, ever, ever called him and said, I want more money or I wasn't fighting. Never. That is a bold-faced lie. And I put my kids on it, put my mom on it. I'm telling you, that hurt my feelings because I gave my life and soul to that company. And for him to say that to make me look like a piece of shit, that was hurtful towards me. Very hurtful. For my own business, for my personal business. Because he's saying, don't ever work with Tito Ortiz. You want to work with him. He's a stupid guy. It's like, how much you can defame my name and how far is it going to go? And once again, I like Dan. I have no problem. He helped me out a lot when I was coming up. But for him to continue on and saying the stuff he says is just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. As a fighter, I gave 16 years of my life to that company. I remember going across the whole United States, even the world, to help promote it for free. Never asked for a penny. Ever.
Bro, I remember the days he used to come, and the Fertittas used to come to your training camps in Big Bear.
Yeah, he paid for my, Lorenzo paid for my training camp against UFC, was it 30, against, was it Evan Tanner? He paid for my camp to be there.
Yeah, I remember you used to do a lot for that. I remember those days. I was in Pride and I was like up and coming, whatever. I used to see all this stuff. I believe you.
And then that's like the hard thing for me. It's like, I'm an honest man. I got to sleep good at night. I got to look in the mirror, be responsible, and have integrity for myself. I had to see someone sit there and lie about me and just defame me and say the things that he says. You know, I put on a shirt that says, Dana's my bitch. My bad. I'm sorry. I should have done that. You know, the things
That's funny though.
Yeah. No, I think what fucked up Tito and Dana's relationship on a bigger scale is when Tito was trying to fight that nigga. He was trying to box him.
Yeah, what was
That
up
was
with that?
the
You guys were
best.
gonna box.
Yeah,
and
we
then
were
you
gonna
pulled
box.
out?
We were supposed to box.
Bro, that was the best.
So here's the situation. So we were gonna
crazy.
box. We used to spar all the time. Like we'd spar all the time.
You guys were friends like that?
Yeah, dude, yes, we were friends like that. But we would spar all the time. And when I signed my contract again, I said, okay, we're going to have a boxing match. And we're going to split everything, all the revenue, 50-50 down the middle. He said, yes. So this was on Spike TV. And they signed the deal. And I said, what about the 50-50 down the middle? He goes, we can't do that anymore. This is 3 weeks before the fight. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not fighting if there's no contract. Why would I fight if there's no contract? I've been fighting UFC since UFC 13. I've always had a contract. Yes, I did fight for free in UFC 13, but still, how would I fight you on a big promotion on Spike TV for free and you're going to make all the revenue out of it? He's like, we're not making money out of it. I go, well, here's your opportunity to show how big and bad Dana's white, flying his Lear jets and practicing and training. And Tito's a no-show and he's sat on a scale. Tito's afraid to fight me. I would have smashed him.
Let's pull this up real quick.
I prepared for it. I've sacrificed. I've done everything I needed to do. Told up my end of the deal. If you do a deal with me, a deal's a deal.
T15. I'm ready.
He was ready though.
So the last part of this thing is when Tito doesn't show up, then that's it. I've done everything I'm supposed to do.
This would have been the most legendary fight.
That
of all
would've been
time.
Everybody who worked for Spike TV for during that time, they knew I was not showing up. And I said, don't have Dana show him with his arms that Tito's a no-show.
Contract, Tito had every intention of fighting me. Maybe you heard how serious I did take it.
See,
Take it that serious. And I think Tito started thinking, this really wasn't a good idea.
What?
It's a lose-lose situation.
You trained for that
If I beat the
Yes.
shit out of him,
up to the till you found out that you wasn't getting paid.
Yes.
Why would they think you was going to fight for free? Spike TV, come on, they was going to make a lot of money.
They're gonna make a lot of money off that. They want to take advantage of me.
Why didn't you clear the air and be
I
like-
did, and they chopped me away. They cut it all away.
Yeah, but the internet wasn't big back
No,
then
big
anyway.
back
So.
then.
I do gotta say though, if you guys did box, that would have been one of the most insane fights of all time. That
Yeah.
would have been. That's like
So, I believe
literally
this
Vince
is
McMahon
in-
fighting Macho Man Randy Savage. That's like the craziest fight.
2019, 2020. I remember calling Lorenzo and saying, "Can you put the Dana White and me fight together?" This is when who was it? Logan Paul,
Yeah,
who was fighting when he started doing it.
yeah. Logan versus Mayweather.
I think so.
Okay.
And I was like, "You think you can do this, Lorenzo?" He goes, "No, Dana's not doing good." And that's when I found out that he had his blood problem and everything.
Yeah.
That's why I went to was it Gary Breckham and
Yeah.
saved his life.
Gary Breckham.
Yeah. And I understand. I was like, okay.
Yeah, now he's in insane shape. He's always working out. You trained with them for a long time as well, right?
yeah, well, I trained him for 2 weeks when they first bought the company. So I flew to Vegas. I stayed in the Station Casino. I saw the first slicks of him, full page ads,
Yeah.
all juiced up and looking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Oiled up.
Oiled up.
With a carbon Electra. I was like, I don't know, team. I've been out in the field a while. This brand's got some damage to it. So, yeah. They didn't like my, but yeah, I've only worked with them at that time. And then, after that point, I didn't appreciate how he did business, so I didn't do business. So I just I took it as a zero.
We got legendary talks today.
Yeah,
Conversations. This is all time.
I tell you, we can go on for hours
Forever.
with this type of stuff. But
You know, like I say, at the end of the day, we've all given our lives to the sport of mixed martial arts for these up-and-comer guys to do what we try to do. And it's nice to see actually some of the guys are actually making some money. They're making some pretty decent money. I saw some of the payouts. I mean, it's not what it should be, but it's my peer speculation, peer opinion that we give our lives and soul to something. You shouldn't have to worry about anything ever again. Just after all the years I put into it. I mean, 25 years is a long time. It's a long ass time.
I take us, some of us, like especially the pioneers, are like the football players in the early 80s. They was only making like $100 grand and stuff. Now the football players now are millionaires. Like they paved the way for the football players now, and that's what. Well, I'm like the second wave. You guys are like more like the first wave of pioneers. You know, people call me a pioneer. I'm like, no, I'm not a pioneer. I came into the sport.
I'm second because the first is Hoist and his brother.
You think that's you don't consider yourself at the edge of the first wave? Because you said
maybe at the edge of it because that's when the company first bought, and I was the champion at the time.
And you fought before there was gloves. Did you fight before the?
They had just put in gloves. That's why I got into it when they put in gloves.
So
I wasn't gonna do a bare knuckle.
So you consider yourself at the? So will I be the second wave or would I be the third wave?
You'd be the second and third.
Yeah, I think you're about half.
You're at the end of the second
because you're in Pride, and the second was in Pride too. So that's still with us.
Because the third real wave is John Jones era. So you're like
you said what now?
John Jones.
John Jones era.
That's the beginning of the third.
You think that's the third wave?
Yeah.
Yep.
I always consider you at the end of the first wave because that's when you was the one who made UFC like more of a household. You remember you was the first poster boy for it.
See, but I fought in '97 and we didn't fight until '99. So he was still in at that time.
Yeah.
So he was right at the end. And I think the second was when I won the world title. That's when it just began. It just started beginning. At the end of that first wave was just over because that's when Fertitas bought it in 2001.
So you was there before the Fertitas bought it.
Yeah, I was the champion before.
So you was the first. You was in the first part. You was there in the first wave, the first pioneer.
The end of the first wave.
The end of You was right at the. You was right at the cusp.
opening era is 93, 99, and then you have like the Zuffa era, which is 01, 16, but there's kind of an in-between era between those. And then you have the Ultimate Fighter era, WWE Endeavor, 2016 to present.
But was Horace Gracie still fighting when you was, or did he had already retired?
He
went to Japan? He went to Japan.
He went to fight in Japan.
He was done with the UFC.
He was done with the UFC. He went to Japan.
Yeah, he was fighting.
So you were at the edge of the first wave.
Yeah.
He was at the edge of the first wave.
But he's actually, the edge of the first wave is kind of the hybrid between the first and the second, which is his wave. Yeah. And then he's at the beginning really of the second wave.
No, he's one of the beginning pioneers because he was fighting in Japan before the UFC, even though it was
I'm just talking UFC, not MMA as a whole.
I'm talking about
UFC. He was he was 5-time for UFC, 5-time middleweight world champ.
He was the first champion in middleweight. So by default, he has to be first era.
Yep.
Yeah, he's first era.
He bridges. That's what I'm saying. The first and the second are kind of formed together.
No, you just confused the fuck out of me.
No, but it's true because then they brought more weight classes.
Yeah, and then they have.
There was only two when we fought. 199 blood, 1-2.
Yeah, because he made the weight class 205. How is he not in the first wave of the pioneers?
No,
they made the weight class for him.
Just because, but that's like saying if we make a new weight class tomorrow, 98s, that's the first wave. No, it's just a new era starts. It doesn't necessarily mean it's part of the first era. He just was technically the first era.
So is he correct?
He's correct.
Oh, fuck you.
Come on, you burnt me at the stake for the Chael Sonnen.
Bro, you was wrong for that one.
You're wrong for that one 100%.
100%.
You got to get off his nuts, bro. Seriously.
That, bro.
Yeah.
He's so good though at wrestling. Have you watched his YouTube? The way he talks about fighters, like I don't think this guy's ever been in a position he can't get out of. I watched a YouTube where he talks about like every position and he got out of all of them. Tito, don't kill me. Tito wants to kill me right now. Tito's looking at me. Bring me some backup. Oh, perfect. Right there. Hey, bring in this guy. Where's this guy at? Bring him right in. Luke Rockhold. This is what I like to see.
AK blood, baby.
Oh, he's the one who told us.
Yeah, he's the one who told us.
Hey, Luke, sit down. Luke, sit down. Sit down. We got a full UFC reunion in here. So Luke, talk to us real quick about the beginning era of AKA. You were an AKA title holder.
I was in the beginning. So we have Crazy Bob Cook, and we have the man himself, Frank Shamrock. You know, I mean, a lot of people don't really understand the essence of it. You know, everyone's like AKA with Javier Mendez, but it really came down. It came. Switch it.
Yeah, keep going real quick before we wrap up.
Hey, the AKA essence obviously started with my man here, Frank, and Bob Cook. People don't know a lot about that, but Cook, you know, and then Crazy Bob.
Who was there when you got there? Talk to about the breakdown, because you gave me a.
I came in like the second generation, I guess. Like it was the beginning of the build, but like you guys really started it. You know, BJ was obviously joined in town, and I mean we got world titles that people don't even know about.
You train with BJ Penn?
Yeah. BJ was the first one over there. That's when I went to go train with him. I was BJ's when I first met BJ there.
And you train with AKA?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, but AKA, for everybody that's understanding, this is the exact same AKA up north that Kane, DC, Luke Rockhold, Habib, Islam were all at.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the fight fans that don't understand, Frank Shamrock, another pioneer in the game of training and mixed martial arts disciplines, with building one of the best gyms. Luke gave us. So he gave you your flowers yesterday.
Oh, thank you,
because he
brother.
was singing your praise about how legendary you
That's
are.
how I knew. I had no idea you started AKA.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
And
I
how
was Mike Swick. For some reason, I thought Mike Swick. No, because he's in Thailand with it.
He started the one in Thailand.
Frank, he was talking about how innovative your kicking and your striking kind of techniques were and how it adapted and it opened up like the gym. So maybe you just real quickly before Luke gets out of here, you want to break down what you guys did or what was so special?
Nah, I don't. What was so special, brother? I mean, I was pretty simple with you know my approach to knowledge and like trying to figure shit out.
I think that the simplest thing is killers. Iron sharpens iron world. We got people like Tito. We have, you know, like Gilbert Melendez came down, Jake Shields, Frank Shamrock. We had everybody, the best guys from around the world would come to us, and we always had. It was just we opened our doors to killers, and
I think that was the best thing was guys willing to train with other guys to get better. Because everybody would go to Seattle to Ivan Salaverry's place, that are coming down to your guys' place. I mean, being able to open up your doors like that made guys better. Now guys are afraid to do that because they don't want to, what if I fight him one day?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, come on.
That was never a mentality.
Speaking of trainers, though, then you came down to OC, started training with Jason Perillo, so did BJ Penn, and then you kind of created the whole OC.
Colin Oyama. Colin Oyama was our first. Actually, before him was John Spencer, who I did a Muay Thai with, and I trained with John Spencer, and then I trained with John Lober. Then I got rid of John Lober, then Rico Rodriguez moved down here.
Oh, wow.
So I was with Rico Rodriguez and John Spencer. Then Colin Oyama came into the bunch, and then once I hooked up with Colin Oyama, it was over after that because it was all about cardio. That was like our main thing, cardio.
This morning at the pro practice, Frank Shamrock was telling me how important the cardiovascular training system is, and if people can really get to that level, and we hear TJ talking so highly of the systems and understanding your body. Khalil Roundtree was just telling us the same thing. Luke was in the training class this morning. We have the workout in the morning here, and then we have the pro class in the afternoon. So it seems like everybody that has won a belt is on the same page.
Yeah. Did you happen to catch Khalil Roundtree's fight with Jiří?
Yeah, I did.
He was watching at Tito's Tacos.
Okay,
I was at Tito's Cantina.
Cantina, man. Quit disrespecting my friend's business, man.
Tito's Cantina.
Tito's Cantina. Why you always say tacos?
Shut the fuck up,
bro. You be doing the most.
Hey, how did you feel? Because I've seen the way Roundtree trains. I thought he looked like he was overtrained. You remember how he was?
He looked overtrained, but I just think Jiří, his length, that length, that's vicious. His length, and just his mindset. Once again, you look at his mindset of how he came into the fight. He was so calm and collective. He was picking points and picking spots. And I think Roundtree was trying to come in to kill him.
All right, be honest, Tito. You know I appreciate honesty. This motherfucker asked me how I would do against Jiří when I was in my prime, and you a fighter. You're going to say like, yeah, I should win. You always going to say that. You a bitch if you say no, he'll whoop my ass. But I have to say that. But you know me, you could be honest. And the internet is cooking me. Say no, Jiří would dog walk you. Be honest. If I was in my prime, me versus him, be honest.
So I think that's a lot of
Rampage Jaxxon versus Jiří Procházka.
In my prime.
This is at our prime.
In their prime, who
Rampage would knock him the fuck out.
Oh, hello.
Bro, people dog.
No, see, we got to understand.
Too many openings.
There's too many openings.
Creates openings,
Wide
and you're so tight and right. Like,
and
you versus like Dan Henderson era, like what you did. I mean, you're not losing that fight.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of fighters, or excuse me, not fighters. A lot of fans, they see that and oh, those guys, they're nobody. Because there was just a thing of I defended my world title 4 times in 1 year. And they're like, yeah, but all Tito's guys were garbage that he fought. Well, not really, because one of the guys that I beat, Yuki Kondo, beat Frank Shamrock, and Frank Shamrock beat me. One of the other guys, Elvis Sinisek, who I smashed, he beat Jeremy Horn, who beat Chuck Liddell. It's once again, it was just different eras of different fighters, of different guys at a certain time at their level, at the highest level. It would be great fights.
Bro, everybody that beat me and you fought them, you kicked the shit out of them.
Yeah,
and vice versa.
Or it's vice versa.
It's fucking crazy.
It's crazy. So styles make matches. I think styles make matches, and it's just fans can sit there and talk as much as they want. They don't know anything until they get into a cage and they do the training we do and they get in the fights that we do and see what we go through mentally, physically, emotionally, because there's nothing like it in the world.
Clip that shit.
Tito,
They dog walking.
Light heavyweight, you in your prime versus Alex Pereira, light heavyweight title fight.
Oh, I would double leg the shit out of him. He ain't stopping and he ain't getting away from me. Hell no. Hell no.
It's a different era. Like now, the light heavy division is more of a strikers division, and it's like there's the wrestlers and there's the dominance of ground and pound and this and that. There's time, and time changes the evolution of fighting.
And it always goes back and forth. It goes back to ground guys, go back to stand up guys, back to ground guys, back to stand up guys. I think the one that actually has done really well that I've watched is Khabib Nurmagomedov, and then Chimaev. Those guys were the style that I fought. That's how I fought. And that type of style will win every single fight. Yes, it's boring, but you're not getting away from somebody.
No, but honestly, no glazing. When you fought and you wrestled, it wasn't boring. You just didn't lay on people. I'm not saying they do, but I'm just saying that's not boring. The way the way the wrestlers fight like that, it's not boring. I always complain about wrestlers like Chael Sonnen, bitch ass, just take you down, just lay on you. Yeah. I fucking hate those wrestlers. Him and King Mo and Rashad Evans. I hate people fighting wrestlers like that. I'm a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Right. You would go and you take people down. You taught me how to grab an elbow and
I got bone fragments still on my elbow from Ken Shamrock's face.
Damn, your brother, bro. That's your
brother, bro.
Hey, but here's the reason why. Because one day my adopted dad and Ken showed up at my door after I signed the contract with him, and I didn't talk to him for months because we were having beef. And they literally stood there and said, "Hey, we don't want you to fight Tito. He's too big. He's gonna hurt you." And I said, "What?" And they were like, "He's too big of a man. He's too strong.
I was a young kid.
We're worried he's gonna hurt you." And I was like, "Are you guys retarded? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what?" Because I had my notebooks. I was like, "I want to kick his ass, no problem." But just having that weird moment, I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Well, they actually were correct because I remember after the fight, I came after that one strip club that I was running past. We went party there that night. I came back at 6 in the morning. He's coming back from the hospital at 6 in the morning.
I was jacked, bro. I broke my foot. I got stitches in my head. I was jacked.
But he had the title,
bro.
so you know what? Yeah. But you got to learn from your losses. And I learned from the losses, and it was a good thing that I actually went over to go train with him because he showed me how to be a true champion. You got to take it seriously. If you want to be a champion, you can't go out to the clubs. You can't be fucking hang out with your friends, believing all the hype. You just got to do the work, and that's how champions are champions, man. Because sometimes when people tell you you're doing everything right, sometimes you got to look in the mirror and make sure you're doing everything correct because you may not be doing everything right. Maybe all the yes people around you.
Can you say that fight that lost to him changed you in your career?
That loss against him 100% changed my life in general. Everything. 100%.
You see it when you perform too.
Yeah.
Like your whole mindset was different.
Yes.
Your whole thing was different.
Yes, 100%.
Your cardiovascular system changes your outlook and your whole like being as you walk into a fight. If you know you're in shape, your confidence is through the roof.
Yeah, it's like one of the things I always like all my interviews prior. I said, if I have every rock unturned behind me, I know I'm ready to win. That was like the biggest thing. It's a huge thing for sure.
Bars.
For sure.
No Frank, I got a question for you. In your prime versus Israel Adesanya, who wins?
Is Israel that handsome black young guy?
Yeah.
How much does he weigh?
This guy's
185.
185?
Middleweight.
I did see him fight.
But he's probably about 200. He's about 205.
He's tall. He's tall as fuck. He's taller than me.
He cuts down. Length.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem. Let me tell you the problem with being like really nerdy and thinking about this all the time and then telling all your friends and then sharing with everybody on the planet is they get the information really quickly.
Yeah.
And so anybody with intention, energy, a good team, a desire can quickly surpass what I'm doing. because I just hang out at the beach and screw around these days. So in my prime, seeing what he has learned now, he would kick my ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I had to keep it real. But
Because I don't have a flow. I don't have the flow he has. I didn't have the striking.
He's pretty fucking slow.
I don't have
He is
that.
slow.
It
But-
took me years to get that flow.
I think that Frank would, no disrespect to, I love him, you know what I'm saying? But I think that you would probably found a way to take him down and submit him.
Yeah. The problem is I'm not a good wrestler. Tito sort of figured that out. I never wrestled nobody.
Hey, Tito.
I just punch you and make me take me down.
Take the legs.
Tito, I have a question. In your prime, if you had to come back into the UFC right now, is there a fight that you would have wanted in the light heavyweight division?
Rephrase that.
Like someone in the light heavyweight division.
Somebody
right
that's
now?
fighting right now in your
Right
prime.
now, and I am as I am right now.
No,
in
in
your
your
prime.
prime.
No.
Oh, in my prime.
Alex Pereira.
Yeah. Wait, well, he already said he would destroy him.
Yeah, any of the top 5 guys.
Oh,
Any
yeah.
of the top guys.
Yeah.
100%. Anytime. I would fight anybody. Anytime.
Hey, what if somebody can, you know how AI is right now? How somebody can create a video game that's so accurate with the AI with how our stats in our prime and put us in there with the champions and stuff right now?
That'd be
That would be
pretty cool.
cool. That'd be cool. bro.
Here's the top.
be
Here's the
doable.
top 6.
Yeah.
This is what the fans voted as the top 6 greatest UFC light heavyweights: John Jones, Chuck Liddell, DC, Frank Shamrock, Tito Ortiz, Rampage Jackson, Randy Couture.
No, wait, what number am I?
You're number 6.
Oh, I'm happy
Yeah.
with that.
And Tito, you're 5, right behind Frank. Do you like that?
Yeah. But he just because he beat me, but that was at middleweight, so it wasn't at light heavyweight.
It
But
doesn't count. It doesn't count.
light heavyweight too.
No, but when we fought, it was 199 and below.
Yeah,
and
199.
so
So there was lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight, and UFC only. That was only 2. So it was 170 and under.
no, there was no 170.
Yeah, there was 170 because it was Mikey Burnett.
Oh, you're right, because I fought Kevin Jackson for the first 199.
Yep.
Oh, you're right. You're
Listen,
right. We got
first of
more
all, I got to
prices.
say thank you. I didn't expect you to stay this whole time. I can't thank you enough. This was a legendary
This is
talk.
awesome.
Tito flying all the way from Florida to do this for the 2nd year in a row. I
Yeah.
can't thank you enough. Luke, you're in here every day. We appreciate you and all you do. He's bringing that love, that Shamrock love in the gym every morning because he's pushing everybody. We had a cardio battle this morning.
Nice.
Rampage today was one of the best podcasts ever. I think the MMA fans are going to love the history, the talk, the nostalgia, and all the MMA fans out there. From Tito's Taco Shop to whatever he's got going on to whatever
Tito's Cantina, motherfucker.
All right.
Tito's
Okay, Tito's
Cantina.
Cantina to Luke Rockhold. Let's support the legends. Okay, it's not just financial. It's about being positive, about supporting the things they post, the adventures they're going on, the ventures they're investing into. Just everything we can do. If you love this sport, support the legends.
Will
I
you
really
watch
gotta
this
say that.
Smash Machine, or have you guys already seen it?
I haven't
haven't
seen, but
seen
I
it yet.
watch
No,
it.
I haven't
What's the
seen
name of the movie? It's called Smash Machine.
Did you
Smash
see
Machine,
it?
yeah.
No, I've been
You
too
haven't seen
busy.
it?
I want to go see
Can
it.
we
Yeah, I wanna
Postmates
see
from
it.
Tito's? Can we Postmates from it?
No, I'll wait here.
No, but like for like his wrestling team.
What city? Hey, what city is?
know.
What city is your?
Cape Coral, Florida.
Can I send
Cape
Luke
Coral,
Rockhold there
Florida.
for the weekend to party?
Yeah.
Just to turn the place upside down for a fight? Yeah. Luke and some of his chicks. Luke went to Vegas with 4 chicks. I never got so many DMs in my life. No, we send him to UFC recap. He goes to Florida to hang out with you for the night at your taco shop.
Clay-
at the
Clay Guida
Cantina.
lives there.
You
Clay
remember-
Guida lives there.
You know what?
You remember
know
last time he said he was gonna
Rampage
come
is-
and support your grand opening?
Yeah,
And where were you?
Oh.
And where were you?
He never followed up.
You never-
He never followed up. He said we're going to go.
Scared to fly. You couldn't go. You couldn't go. You were scared to fly.
Tito,
But
I'm
where
calling-
did you
I'm
go?
calling- am I scared
Where
to fly?
did you
I
go?
fly all over the
No,
world.
you didn't. Where were you last weekend? You
I
didn't
was
fly there.
in Vagina Beach.
You didn't fly there.
Yes, I did.
How'd you get there?
Airplane.
Exactly. No. We won't say it.
How
We
far
won't
is
say
the
it.
way to
Greyhound
place from
bus. We
Jupiter,
won't say
Florida?
it.
I'm about 2 hours from Jupiter.
Oh, we'll see you there.
Hey, Rampage, Tito, can we do a Rampage Jackson Taco Tuesday twerk off at the cantina? Because that's where he's going tonight.